here? Everyone present? Everyone accounted for?
Yes.
He says, joining the call.
Is everyone motivated?
Yeah, I mean...
Damn, better be.
Ready?
Yeah, go on.
What? Well, last time you guys... You know what you did. It wasn't that long ago. But you fought some Sahajin on a boat. You were specifically, you were the Avengers. He was assembling a team of non-official fight guys, essentially, because he didn't want the Count to be too worried or to know before it was too late to stop him.
So they just
organizing you guys. But you're talented mooks. Mooks.
Some kind of suicide squad.
It's suicide squad.
Stop.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Disgusting.
So yeah, we ended with, it was sort of the beginning of the, I believe, 12th day of Math and Wenth, the first month of winter. It's getting cold. Of course, one of the things that happens in winter is that everyone starts getting more nightmares towards midwinter when they sort of come to a peak, and then it sort of trickles off afterwards. This is very normal and happens to everyone every year. So maybe you're having some uncomfortable dreams. Some people's dreams more uncomfortable than others, for various reasons.
Or not.
And just nothing very solid.
Do elves dream? Considering they meditate.
No, that's a
dream as part of the meditation.
That's when they have bad dreams, though.
Yeah, well, what they would be, they'd be sort of unpleasant thoughts as opposed to full-on like visual dreams. They'd be in your meditation. You'd find yourself being more troubled and finding it more difficult to meditate. Essentially,
just intrusive thoughts.
Yeah, just again, only sort of on an emotional level at this for now. They get pretty bad. They get pretty difficult towards midwinter. But then this is something that everyone has learned to live with. It's just the natural order of things.
They have horrible nightmares at midwinter.
In winter, again, horrible is maybe an extreme term, but yes.
You tend to sleep not too well, I guess is like a way to say it.
And in the summer, it's the opposite. People have sort of nice dreams in the summer.
Yeah.
So
how do people cope? Is it drink a bit more, be a bit closer, or?
Well, yeah. People again, because it's something that everyone deals with. It's not really. It's one of those things where people talk about it, and there's some superstition about it. You know, like don't go out in the winter.
They do actually dream while meditating.
Oh, do they? That's all right.
Yeah.
Is the moon particularly strong in winter, perchance?
The moon and the sun are both. They both wax and wane throughout the full year. So yes, the moon is a full moon at midwinter, and there's one full moon a year and one full sun a year.
It's moon magic.
Suspicious.
What's a full sun?
The full sun is midsummer's day. The sun is a full circle, and then the rest of the year the sun gets into a crescent. So currently the sun's a slim. It's kind of hard to explain. It is.
I get what you mean. It goes through the same. What would be the fortnightly pattern of the moon? It does that over half a year, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it'll go. Yeah. So midwinter day there is no sun for one day. Yeah, so it's a completely black day.
It's what they would call a new moon. Is that it?
Yeah. No, that kind of
thing. Is there
a
waning gibbous?
Currently, it is. The sun is. I never remember which one is which. I think the sun is technically waxing right now, and the moon is waning because it is kind of. I think that's the way that works.
Sure.
It's like how I never remember port.
Anyway, whatever. It's getting cold.
It's getting cold.
Winter's coming.
Winter is coming.
If we get to this other continent and it's just Spook's world.
No, that's not. I did realize there's a couple things like, man, there are some like eerily similar things. But nothing deliberate.
Moon magic.
Okay, moon magic.
There's no similar lore or plots as far as
there is a character with 318s.
And there's
am I just gonna have to be a shit to Cassius and just take all the same?
And it's literally all the same people. And there's an artificer, but we don't know what the rules are for it now properly, and it's not so shit.
Hey.
Anyway,
if we run into someone called Baldric, it's over.
I'm not. I might draw Tony Robinson at best. So
You're
yes.
no archaeologist.
Anyway,
This time we ignore the frogs.
so there are no frogs for one thing.
Oh, fucking finally!
Hip hip hurrah!
If you see a
This is
single
already the
frog,
best season.
If I see frogs, Theo,
I'm not drawing a frog. I hate drawing. Frogs are hard to draw.
We wiped out the frogs.
Oh, I love drawing a good. No, you can't be a good frog.
I love how Raj just gets oh man, I can't. Ooh.
There's been frogs in every single campaign. I'm putting a stop to it today. I say no more. Okay. Anyhow, So it's the you have a day essentially of you've been tired. You've been up all night after staking out the boat and luring some horrible fishermen into your trap.
Healing my wounds.
Yeah, obviously you want to take a rest to heal. That's fair enough. Has anyone got any specific things they want to do within this day, or are you just going to rest, which I think would be pretty reasonable as well?
I want to try to make some kind of throat calming brew out of the halfling leaf I got.
dankweed, yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
dankweed. I'm gonna give my mum dankweed to see.
Do you want to make a medicine check, unless you got maybe with your tool proficiency?
I would like to use my alchemist tools.
Yeah. Okay. Make a roll. Ooh, pretty good.
Hey.
So you cook up I guess some sort of an interesting tea, and you give it to your mother, who's she wakes up sometime in the afternoon, and what's in this?
Oh, well, I mean, from the last mission, the captain was so nice to give me some more of the rarer kind of herbs. And, I mean, she knows what this is. She just has to smell it once, probably. And I think it turned out really well.
Dank.
For medical use only, I assume. She looks at you, sort of frowns for a second.
Well, yeah, of course.
Maybe it's best if you leave that with me.
Sure. Just don't take too much. It's pretty well made. But...
I'll whenever you need it, just let me know, and I'll give you an allowance of it.
Okay. Thanks.
Don't
Mom.
look. You got. I don't want you getting hooked on this stuff. Anyway, and she drinks it, and let me roll a constitution. Oh, she's not doing excellent, but she's it seems to have an effect, and she dozes and sort of has a bit of a grin.
The next time you come back, she's going to be smoking a blunt sized
Surrounded by empty rations.
Oh, her eyes will be even more red.
Anyone else got anything? Otherwise, I'll take us through to next days.
I don't think so. I'd probably just be chilling on
yeah, you did your debriefing as
Yeah.
well, of course.
I would try and find somewhere I can practice.
Okay, so
Because I mean, I have actually never swung my sword before,
no, it's true.
and the first time I did it, I killed a man somehow.
It's also true. Yes, maybe your inherent power is uncontrollable, and you need to be reined in.
Should we hype him up to like a false sense of like belief that he's amazing?
Yeah, be dead.
And then in actuality, he's not, and then dies.
Well, Ryan's amazing training.
The most
it's
open,
up to us.
the most open part of the ship would be on deck. Definitely, you'd find it difficult in the undeck. Again, like below deck on ships tend to be quite cramped and low, not designed for comfort or
I want to watch.
Wide amount of space. But you could probably either find somewhere on deck or maybe in the hold, I guess. That might have a bit of space, or at least have not a lot of people hanging around in it.
I would do it on deck, maybe when it was coming around to kind of evening, when it's kind of like the skeleton crew.
Sure, yeah. Not everyone's going to be out there.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
The skeleton crew.
I mean, hang on. Pause your brains for a great joke.
Alright, I'm ready.
Yeah, they are. It's the skeleton crew.
Oh yeah, boy.
Anyway, good, great. Do
Um,
you want to make some sort of roll for the training? I don't know what you're doing, or for swinging, I guess.
yeah, I'm just gonna try.
Where did you
Sure,
pull
yeah.
the
Some attack
skeleton
rolls.
crew?
I posted them on the ship of the deck on.
On the actual dip, sure. I'll do it again. So don't worry. There we go.
Ooh, that's some hijinks.
I'll just take a swing.
Kill a
Here we
skeleton.
go. Oh,
Ooh,
8. Oh, 2 actually.
Yeah, I mean, technically.
Those are some good skelly boys.
Do you want to roll, like, I guess, insight to see if you realise
What?
that was bad or not?
Why do you have disadvantage?
Because I'm in armor that I am not proficient with.
I believe also using a weapon that you're not proficient with? Is that...
Yes,
is that...
as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm using a weapon because I don't have any proficiencies for weapons. So
Why not?
What are you?
Because he sucks.
Yeah.
Okay, so you figure... You remember what you saw before. You know that wasn't it.
I get my sword stuck in the side of the ship.
Yeah, you nearly cut through one of the ropes, but would like be doing something very important. I don't know what all the ropes do explaining about, but
So hopeless.
it's a bit worrying. And you definitely see by a few people, but at this point, the rumors have changed by the evening. Where people were aware that something had been going wrong. Someone's been talking about how it's been sorted out. Obviously, most of the looks and the thankful glances have gone to the more, Win. Obviously, he had something to do with it. Look at that guy. He saved us.
And the boat full of warrior dragonborn.
And again, yeah. So when it comes to like to the mess, to the luncheon, you notice actually that the halfling chef who's been doing all the cooking in charge of the kitchen is this guy.
Minus 1 reroll. Halfling chef.
Exactly. He's made sure that you guys get some extra food, and he lets you know that he was actually he knew the High Hills, not very very well, but he knew them, so he's thankful for what you guys have done.
That's very nice.
He hopes that you appreciate what he can do. Obviously, this kitchen is nothing compared to what he's used to. So
he's trying to make do.
No, maybe we can build something better in the new lands.
Exactly.
We all got an extra boiled egg this morning.
Oh heck yeah!
Delicious stuff. So I'm gonna the night will pass with a little bit.
A safety egg for my mum.
That's fine. Yeah. So the next day,
I'm blazing it. I need that honey.
it is now Ray Day, the 13th.
I'm as high as a soaring dragon.
What came first though?
Give me some munchies.
Year 499, which is the amount of years from which Gavel was formed, the country that you guys are coming from.
It's not too far off 420.
Not yeah. I mean, it's 420 years past. Now is that the 4th month?
We are now in a post 420 world.
Oh god, that sounds terrible.
What is 420 of this calendar? Let me just have a little check.
This must have...
420 of this calendar is the 20th of Arawenth, which is a far day.
Wow.
How lovely.
Far out day.
Far out.
Don't worry guys, I'm gonna steal some weed from my mum and then we're gonna all blaze it on 420.
If it lasts, that's not for a long way.
I know.
You think we'll forget several months into this campaign, the day's going to come up?
420.
It's true.
I'll make sure that that's not downtime. During the night, you guys, there's a little bit of ruckusing. You can hear some of the ship's bells being rung, and you guys on the Dragonborn ship actually, you would hear, or as you'd hear specifically, you'd recognize the voices of the Triton returning. Who you weren't expecting to come back for another week or two, 10-ish days.
No.
Did you investigate or?
Yeah, I would go out on lookout. Look for them eagerly.
So you pop your head out onto the deck, and you see. I haven't drawn their little boat. I'll do that for next time probably. But they've arrived on this sort of shell-shaped little boat, which they seem more to push along in the water when they need to go real fast. It has some oars in it, but they just sort of get out and push it. It's for carrying their stuff more than actually getting around.
Right.
and they've all returned. And you see on deck again is the ship's mate and the captain himself actually talking to these Triton. The one who's doing the most talking is the younger looking lady here, but then there's these two. I'm just putting them on the deck, and then these guys are sort of standing on the outside of this, looking on slightly vacantly, and they seem to be talking, and then the captain's explaining something to them quite seriously, and then this one, who looks a lot like Kratos, falls to his knees and screams, and he slams his head into the ground, and over and over again in agony.
Jesus.
And then this one, the actual youngest one, kind of copies him, but not quite as well. He looks over, he's like, "Oh, no!" and he's doing it as well, but it's not from a place of passion. It's just
he's mimicking him.
The others seem distraught as well, and they go into the captain's quarters, presumably to discuss whatever else is going on. Everyone else hears this screaming, by the way, in the boat, because it's very loud.
Guys, did you hear that?
Well, yeah, cool.
I mean, are we in the same room?
Well, yeah. To be fair, most of the people in the main boat. Again, there's other little boats where like family units that are arriving, like the gnomes, for example, have their own ships, and a lot of the halflings have their own ships. But most of like the miscellaneous people are in the crew quarters of the.
Alright, so we are kind of in an open area, kind of.
Yeah. Everyone sort of like everyone in their hammocks and like sort of piled up underneath beds and stuff, just like going, wait, look at it for a second, like, what the hell was that? And but there's no other sounds of distress anymore, so I guess most people probably continue to sleep.
I'm gonna stretch my legs, go topside. Didn't fancy sleeping anyway.
Okay, this is quite late then.
Yeah, this is in the night. Yeah.
I'll give
to be
it a
fair,
look.
you guys probably went to bed relatively early because you were already knackered, so you're probably like able to get up and like go around.
I'll get up. Maybe someone got bitten by a shark.
Yeah, anyone else having some real nice dreams?
Oh yeah, as always. Lovely. Wonderful.
Let me just put these guys away for now. Put them back in the deck. So you guys are getting up, are you, to have a...
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe someone's hurt.
Say for 4 hours, I'm probably already up.
Yeah, I assume Wynn's already somewhere training, or, you know...
Yeah, he's going to be endlessly training.
Yeah, I mean, he has to.
You've got to maintain that.
Maintain that body. Like,
perfect physical stats.
Otherwise the muscles will vanish.
Yeah.
So you'd end up...
There's still more space. There's still more muscle
searching
space.
for a temple. And it turns out it was here. Or...
And he just flexes a bicep.
Exactly.
Well, you guys end up on the deck. I guess Wynn would have, if you were on deck doing some like night jogging around or whatever. Would you have paid attention to what was going on at all?
Well, I guess I'd hear them glancing.
Yeah. So basically, when they would have returned, you would have heard them talking about how they've been scouting ahead and come back early because of some changes in circumstance up ahead, and they had to correct some things about the intended direction. But then, before they went into detail about that, the captain explained what had happened in their absence, and that had caused the Karkanos is the Kratos-looking guy.
Crab.
Yeah, he's Crab. They're all named after star signs because Raj called himself Orion.
Orion.
Constellation. So yeah, he seemed very upset about that in failing his duty as a protector of the sea.
I don't care.
No, I mean, you don't have to care, but that's what you heard.
Yeah, I'm not going to mention it.
No, sure. Okay, so you guys are up and about. There's probably there's some crewmen about, not many people doing
The night watch.
doing
One
boat
thing,
stuff.
Graveyard shift.
I want to talk to the other elves about why the elves left.
I mean, is there an elf near you?
No, at some point, if I find one in glancing or ask people, where are the other elves?
There will be an elf who's looking for you, actually, so that will happen.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Evening, yes. Is your sword stuck in the boat?
Oh, that's not Yaz, are you there? Sorry,
I was training at evenings.
So it's true. Yeah, so you guys are all.
I guess I would be.
You come up and see Yaz like holding the blade, swinging the hilt into like.
No, he's trying to.
I call it the murder stroke.
He's trying to pull it out because it's stuck in the wood.
Yeah.
Oh,
so you would have heard as well. You would have heard what they're chatting
I guess it's very dark. Maybe you just
Right, so this familiar set of faces.
He doesn't know his own strength.
Oh,
No.
morning, Balin.
Morning. What time is it?
it's probably like
I look up
1 in the
this guy.
morning. It's really early.
It's dark.
Something would way too early, but
This guy's in the crow's nest, by the way.
Perfect.
That's why he's bigger, because he's closer to us in perspective.
Fun fact, the big guy is actually a glass eye.
Yeah, exactly.
When I didn't see you downstairs, do you never sleep?
I guess you don't know much about elves. We don't sleep.
Oh, you sit down and don't move and these things, right?
You would have seen, in the
simple
hold,
ways, yes.
You would have seen in the hold. There's one elf in particular who never seems to be sleeping because he's always trying to practice his lute and writing something down and singing under his breath. So okay, he's making a bit of a scene. He's very keen to make sure everyone notices that he's a bard.
Yaz is a little intrigued when Wynn says that he doesn't sleep because I didn't. Yaz doesn't know that he's not very smart. So. So he looks around and goes, "Is there anything else you don't do?"
Anything else I don't do?
Yeah. That's a good question.
You said him.
Swing a blade like
foods.
What did he say?
Swing a blade like that. Wow.
Well,
Rude.
unlike you, I have to try.
You're saying I haven't been trying.
Look at him.
Well, I feel like you're trying to improve yourself at least. Why else would you be, working out the whole time?
Very true.
By the way, Orion, you're on deck because you were watching now. So you're still. Are you still up, Raj?
Yeah.
Peeking out.
So what's the deal with the? Is that the thingy guys from the shell boat?
The fish guys.
They're not supposed to be back.
They came back earlier, it seemed. It wasn't very good news.
Oh, was that the one who screamed? Did someone die?
Not from them.
Oh.
You think to the 8 deaths on the night before yesterday. It's maybe.
I wonder if they knew the.
Maybe they knew any of them.
They went off with the captain.
I think they take some kind of sense of responsibility for the ships.
Oh, well, I guess that makes sense. Orion seems to be very kind of, I guess honorable kind of person. That's at least how he struck me.
I think so, but he's not really related to them. He's with the Dragonborn.
Oh, I just assumed.
Yeah, and he didn't seem that distraught when he found out.
I don't think that's right.
Let me just think. You guys are standing. I assume you guys are standing just around there chatting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, no one's bleeding on the ground, so what else is to do? We already went up, so may as well chat a bit.
Who's got the best passive perception? It's probably
me. I think
Is it you have 18?
13.
It might be. Let me just check.
Mine's only 13.
I have 15.
15, yeah.
10.
15 passive. Oh god.
But yeah, you when you notice as you guys, you're never looking in one place for too long. You got to check your corners. I don't know. If that's you. But you do notice out of the window, someone's looking at you through the glass of the door, and it appears to be one of the Triton. He's from yeah. That's
I wave.
Someone's looking at you. Well, I mean, that's what Wynn sees.
Hello.
What? Where? How?
One of the Triton is looking at you through the glass.
I forgot.
Oh, over there.
I noticed.
I guess I'll look at him until he looks away, or not.
You're gonna assert dominance.
If you're looking at him more closely, you do realise it is it's Karkanos looking at you, and he's got a mean stare. So it's going to be difficult to stare him down, but you don't have to because he opens the door and he actually comes out, and he again falls to his knees with his hands to the side and his head on the ground in front of you, and says, and he in primordial. Who speaks primordial here? It's
some people.
Holy shit!
A couple people do,
No.
and he basically in primordial is apologizing profusely, and then he stands back up and he says, "Thank you for doing what we did not." And he blinks his eyes really hard. It looks like he's trying to cry, but there's no tears. But he seems incredibly distressed.
It's no problem. You were on an important mission, right?
What is important is protecting this fleet.
Yeah, you can't always do that if you're glued to it. What did you find ahead anyway? You weren't supposed to be back for a while.
Not talk to one of the others, and then he runs to the edge and he jumps into the ocean.
Oh, what a badass!
Suicide.
I would be concerned if I didn't know that he could breathe underwater.
From the door's left open, you can kind of see the captain and the Ursula in this sort of like looking out like, oh, okay. And
hello, I wave.
Hey, what a word?
Will approach because
this lady.
Did you guys understand those noises he made? Because I did.
Oh really?
No.
No, I just assumed it was fish.
Very rude.
Yeah, I understood what he meant.
What did you say?
Is that? Are you saying you don't? That's an unusual thing for you to understand that.
Yeah.
What?
No.
What?
Oh,
Did,
well, I guess you
did,
can
did you
speak.
win? Can you speak fish?
No, I don't think. I guess.
Give it a go.
This Triton appears at the door and says, sorry about that. Antilla, and she holds a hand out to all of you, sort of like waving it around back and forth and grinning like that. That is the face that she's making at you.
Permanent grin.
Does it look unnatural or a natural grin?
It looks like she's trying really hard.
It's so good.
She's facing you now.
Oh,
Anyone grab the hand, or is she
Oh
going to be
yeah,
left
if she
hanging?
wants to shake,
Yeah, she's going for handshakes.
then yeah,
A pleasure.
Excellent.
And
good to meet you.
then she's holding it. She's going for all of you, just so you know.
I'll take it.
Balin, hi.
Hello, Antilla. And she's going to say her name every time as well.
Yes.
Antilla, thank you. Hello.
People call me Miss Fernbrand.
Good morning, Miss Fernbrand. Hello. Antilla, hi.
Thanks for looking ahead. Anything bad on the horizon?
Yeah, your friend didn't seem to be doing too well.
Very distraught.
We all feel responsible. It's our burden. It's our ancestral. There's a lot of history to it, but yes, we did see things ahead, which is what caused us to look back. If only a few days earlier.
Is it related?
Yes, I'm told you four and some others I heard, but you bravely defended the people here. Yes, from the sea devils.
Much.
Yeah, it was
She looks briefly over towards the door again to see inside, and she sees some of the other Tritons nod to her and says, okay, yes. Up ahead, more of them than we were expecting.
Oh.
It seems that in the 500 years since this first crossing was made, these sea devils have made some sort of a home up ahead. So we came back to warn. It seems a sort of scouting party slipped past us. We've come back to amend the course. We intend to take the fleet slightly further north than originally intended, to then pass back down, and that hopefully should avoid any issues with the sea devils.
Well, that's good that you came back. Otherwise, there would have been much more deaths, probably.
Is there no way we can speak to them?
Yeah, I can appreciate a good scouting mission.
The devils? No, they are.
What language do they speak?
They speak their own tongue, but they have nothing to say that we should hear. They are, at best, pirates, and at worst, monstrous, devil-worshipping creatures. Fear not. We shall avoid them, and
they didn't seem
fight them whenever we come across.
Well, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt, but the introduction to me was biting me in the neck, so I'm not too sure about that.
And she suddenly looks very concerned and rushes over to you. Where were you bitten?
Oh, it's fine.
Are you okay?
Yes, I can take care of myself with these kind of things.
She looks back over towards the door and starts pointing over her shoulder at you, and then someone in the door sort of just waves a bit and is like, very well. Well, I think, Captain.
Do you want us? Should we go inside? Do you want to? I feel like we're having two conversations here.
I understand.
She looks over her shoulder again, and then again, someone in the door frame nods. I suppose yes, we should
I think we should probably. I'm sure Orion would love to hear from this, as well as his friend Kalidas, I think.
Well, Raj is secretly sitting on the edge, watching and listening.
Well,
I'm spying.
Well,
I think Fish Boy.
Not necessarily.
Karkanos is sitting around.
I think Karkanos immediately swims to the ship called Desire.
Well, he's gone back to their little boat, and he's rummaging around through their stuff, looking for something.
Well, I'd see what I can get the other two guys maybe in, because they seem to probably particularly Orion, because I don't see him right now.
Sure. Well, if you go to the edge, then you'll see him standing.
We can wave them over.
And Carolus is, I think, asleep, unless you want to be doing something else.
I'll nudge him awake.
Sure.
Hey, a place where our friends are asking for us.
Why? It's like midnight or something. Okay.
Orion, your people are back. You may be interested in what they have to say. There seems to be more going on with, stuff we found.
I mean, the job isn't over yet.
Oh, maybe.
You have to.
Well, there's always more threats.
Yeah, exactly. So you guys will get onto the board on board as well.
Yeah, sure.
Right. So you are now going to be in a conversation with El Capitan, first mate.
Oh, jeez.
And
she was bumping about.
this guy, the younger Dragonborn Triton again. He follows out and he says to Antilla, where did Karkanos go? And she says, I think he's gone to be with the sea. He says, oh right, and then he also runs to the edge and jumps down.
It's very nice that you're looking out for each other.
Best character.
I've said worse in a crisis.
So yeah, we'll go in here. Antilla seems very exhausted from your conversation. She sort of sits down, and she's turned over responsibility of talking to other people. I think.
Do you want some tea? You look distraught. I just made some for my mum.
She's surprised that you're speaking to her. No, thank you.
Okay.
We have our own supplies.
Night, Captain.
Morning, everyone. It's well, you've heard the news, eh?
Bits and pieces. So there's more of the fun things we found ahead.
Sea devil.
Aye. Well, we'll be avoiding them, it seems. They're trying to plot us a better course, and he gestures to this one. Hello, Gemini, and the lady with a half plate of this green metal and a wide short sword that she just has out. She doesn't appear to have a place to put the sword when she's not waving it around, so she's just holding it. Pleasure to meet you all, Gemini.
Hello, Gemini.
Nice to meet you.
Good work, considering. Yes, but we pride ourselves in our navigation. This course will be.
When can you please get off the table?
Gather. Guys.
It's very distracting.
Thank you. Yes. You have you can consider yourselves honorary Triton, of course, for participating in the culling of these monstrous creatures.
You hear that, Orion? You're an honorary Triton. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, do you two know each other? No? Okay.
She looks at you and is like, "Where did you get that?" And she gestures to what you're wearing, your armor.
This hey. It's just my father's, okay? It's just,
What did you say?
I got it from my father.
Did you escort, your ancestors rather, escort the original refugees?
Oh, I presume so. My family, well, they don't live in the sea, unfortunately.
You're born on land?
I was, yes, but
how odd. Well, we're returning home, of course, and bringing the last of our Tritanium with us. So it's
Tritanium.
Very strange.
Yes. Tritanium, of course.
I've heard it's unbreakable.
Precious titanium.
Yes.
I don't know where you heard that, but it's very good. Yes.
I think Orion said it a couple of times.
Definitely, Orion said it.
Yes. Of course.
I've heard of it.
Titanium armor.
I haven't had the joy to work with it yet.
It's a truly magnificent metal that Orion will be sure to make up a lot of stuff to tell you if you ask him.
Yes.
It's a closely guarded treasure, so keep it safe.
Well, of course, it's my duty.
It certainly is now.
Filing that away for later.
The course we are taking will be a colder one than intended. Further north, probably maybe adding a week. Again, the length of the journey is hard to estimate. The original records are not consistent, accurate, or extensive.
Do we have enough supplies for that?
The Count made sure to bring supplies aplenty, and we have been rationing since day one carefully. We have probably enough supplies to last another month and a half, depending.
Oh, very good.
Should be plenty. Of course, if we make land and then need to immediately leave, we will have no supplies, and we have to make it work, essentially.
I wanted to say for that, I think I'll be able to maybe create some additional supplies for us.
Aye? Will you be able to supply 400 hungry mouths?
Well, I can at least give them some more water, if that helps.
Aye, well, it never hurts.
Water. We're at sea.
Yeah, but you can't drink it now, can you?
Balin's been drinking seawater every day and going like, umami!
You just gotta heat it, come on.
It's fine. Heat it and then condense it. And
so you need to burn fuel.
That sounds like someone who doesn't know a thing about alchemy. That takes a lot of effort and time.
Yeah, not many campfires being set on deck.
Don't ask me. I'm burning your water.
We are.
That's like sacrilege to a dragon ball.
Captain,
let's get him out of there.
We're going to take our rest. We've had a long journey, and we will probably return to some closer scouting, especially of the rear, tomorrow. Yes.
Have a good rest. Good work.
Do we know the world's round?
Do you know the world is round?
Yeah.
Is it?
That's what I'm kind of asking. Like, is it that kind of world? Do we know what the world is?
There's different opinions on it.
It's the horizon curve.
It's a cube. It's the cube.
Some people definitely think it's a cube, and some people definitely think it's flat.
A different face of the cube.
Do we know? So we know there's hemispheres at least. Like,
yeah, you understand.
We head up, it will get colder.
You understand that is true. Yes, north will be colder and south will be warmer. For the record, you guys probably think that it's round, or if it's flat, a curved flat. like a bowl, like an upside down, like a dome. But there are some pretty out there religious views, depending on how extreme it gets, that you guys may or may not get into, depending on who you ask.
And it's the height. It's like the beginning of winter, right? When we set off.
Beginning of winter. Yeah, you guys set off on the first day of winter.
And we've now got more of a detour going even further north at the height of winter. Basically, it's going to line up, right?
Ideal. It should be. If all goes to plan, it'll be. By the time we've made our detour, it'll be the beginning. It'll be the end of the beginning of winter. It'll be the beginnings of midwinter.
So it'll be the middle of winter when we...
The end of the month.
When we make landfall and then need to grow crops to survive.
We will need to make some decisions, yes. It'll be...
Hopefully.
It's not going to be easy.
No. Okay.
Supplies are likely to run out shortly after making landfall, yeah. Hopefully whatever remains of whatever kingdom was having a war will be around and will be able to provide.
Steady diet of fish is all you need, obviously.
If I have to eat fish again.
These guys gotta go to bed. Talk to you guys later.
There's no chance of the sea freezing, is there? I mean, how cold's it going to get up north?
Are you asking them before they go off to bed, or are you going to ask the Capitan?
Just an open question as they're talking about going north.
Well, you would actually know, because you're from Ors, which is a northern kingdom.
Oh.
That is a very cold place. That in the northernmost parts of Ors, during the winter, the sea will freeze over to a certain extent. But Gavel was
the sea.
Yeah, as it does at the caps. But and Gavel is a low. It's sort of like France,
temperate
like Spain.
climate.
It's warm to temperate. So you weren't starting out very far north. So you're not planning on going like super.
How cold
super
does it get then, like Celsius wise?
What, in real life? When the real life sea freezes over, like it did.
No, like I'm just saying in this.
I mean,
area.
In the coldest parts of Ors, which is the most northern place that you guys are aware of, probably on the coldest nights would get into like the minus like 20s.
Okay.
Which is pretty cold.
And because it's winter now, when we're like out and about on deck, are we breathing?
It's beginning to get, and not during the day. Again, so currently during the day, the highs are probably in the like mid teens, and like at night it will get to like 1 for now.
Okay.
Anyhow, but yeah, the Triton they're gonna go and rest because they've had a difficult while, and the captain. By the way, lads, lady, pardon me. I think the Count's probably caught wind of what happened. Seems like most of the ship has. It's likely that tomorrow he'll want to speak to all of us.
The Count. Now,
again, he's not any punishment that's going to be coming. I will make sure that I take it on me. It was my idea. Any insubordination was my own. But well, we'll see. Just look out for a messenger. Probably.
I hope he'd be pleased. Punishment's a far shout.
But insubordination in our situation, it wouldn't be unheard of for something. But again,
I'm sure it's gonna be fine. The Count has been showing to be a very understanding man from experience.
Yeah.
And the threat was real.
I need to get some sleep.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys tomorrow for our dressing down potentially.
Fun.
Right, so he's gonna go just to sleep, and the first mate sort of suddenly trudges off. You guys, I assume, are probably gonna rest.
Yeah,
and get up nice and early.
Catch up with the sleep cycle.
Yeah.
All right. Well, back to my pleasant dreams.
Yeah. See you all in the sun.
In the sun. Good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going back to training.
Dear.
So is it the morning now?
Yeah. Well, that was the morning, but now it's going to be the morning with So it'll now be morning. Where
Alright,
where,
we'll catch a few
society
more
exists.
hours and then go to
Yeah.
bed.
Yeah,
Just to
real
speed
people
it up.
actually wake up.
I'm gonna get some water so I can do Albert Wesker's voice just in case I need it. Back very short.
You never know when the Wesker needs to come out.
You never know.
What he really means is busting out the Mr. X voice.
Look, just in case someone talks to Alsker Welbert.
So what you just said, please talk to Ulster.
No, I don't want you guys to, but he'll be near what's gonna be happening. Because in the morning, first thing that happens in the very early morning, you hear a lot of hubbub as sailors are being given orders and they're transferring orders to the other ships following the Breath of Farlangen to change course and head sharply north. Not like full north, but like, north, west. And you are summoned via messenger. Who's going to be the one who's trying to find you guys?
Sure.
I think it's going to have to be Crisp.
No.
And I didn't want it to be Crisp, but I've not
What's
drawn
this?
any.
Christmas gonna be the.
I've not got any other people who work for the Count on my to hand.
Oh,
So I'm gonna have to do a gnome voice.
that's what I'm curious about.
What, Crisp's gnome voice? Or
Yeah. Well, it's known voices in general, but I guess Christmas ones.
I mean, they're gonna all be very similar because I can't do many squeaky voices. It'll be like,
I don't believe.
Crisp.
Yes.
Wesker!
I'm not gonna go through it each individually because he's basically gonna come up to you and say, "Hello there, good morning."
Wonderful.
Oh, jeez.
Before breakfast,
What?
the Count would like a word. And then, again, Crisp is this guy. Let me just get Crisp out for you.
He's the green flute dude from Mitchell and Webb.
Here's Crisp.
Oh,
Oh god.
Oh, yeah.
makes you tell truth.
He flashes back.
Is he very tiny but absolutely ripped?
Yeah, he's stacked. He's he's like 3 feet tall at most.
Oh
and
boy.
he's about 3 feet wide. You might think he was a dwarf, but he ought to be a dwarf. And he's not got a big enough beard. Although he's not got a big enough beard to be a gnome. He's got a gnome hat on. Is the real way you can tell.
He's quite something to behold.
Until he opens his mouth.
Yeah, and then he speaks, of course. And he does flash the badge when he introduces to all of you.
Oh, jeez, officer.
And yeah, so he just says the Count summoning you all individually.
Sure.
All up. You know,
Oh,
he's finding you and saying, "Come to the Count."
Is he actually like the police? A star is the police.
Star is he's the Count's one of the Count's bodyguards.
Okay, so they are just the assigned bodyguards.
Yeah.
The Count is a known bodyguard. How? Like, I would not have that.
The Count's got.
Have
no
you seen
bodyguard.
Crisp?
Have you seen
And when
this?
he
I mean,
well,
He's like a mini you.
yeah.
Crisp.
yeah, Chris goes to, he's the only guy who
Yeah.
speaks to Win with no hint of like awe.
He's just not impressed.
I've seen it all before.
Come back when you punched a boulder.
Time Chris punched a boulder into space with his left hand as well.
Punch a
That's what the
cannonball.
moon is.
Exactly. I assume you guys will assemble
But yeah,
to
yeah.
the count's
I
quarters.
might ask Galatea how much shit I have to take off of the Count, like before I can.
She takes you aside and whispers to you something along the lines of, "Try and make friends, okay?
Fine.
It'll
I
it'll be helpful in the long run. I think you'll agree.
I can do friendly.
Yeah. It'll be good to have some connections. I mean, we're already pretty friendly with the Count,
Yeah.
but it wouldn't hurt to you know.
Excuse me,
Seal that.
who is Kalidas talking to?
He's talking to Galatea, who's
My
the
boss.
leader of the Dragonborn. This lady.
Which one?
This lady.
Yeah, alright. Context, there we go. Wonderful. Love
Okay.
it.
Put them away back in the deck. Right,
It will be
guys,
done.
I'm going to say that the Count's little room that he's got for himself is somewhere at the back of the ship over here.
Swamp.
Let's swarm the area.
I wouldn't be wearing my armor.
That's fair. Yep. I'm not. No, wait a second. Let me just go draw you a second.
yeah, come on.
Just that I wouldn't be wearing my armor for the purposes of, for instance, a fight break out.
No, I understand you. I understand. A fight can break out whenever you decide it. That's the beauty of this.
That's beauty indeed.
Do you have your sword with you?
Yes, is wearing his armor. Get him! Get him now!
Finally, he's weak.
That was all that was protecting me, obviously.
Yes. Come on, Win.
Win shows up wearing armor. Oh god.
Yeah, Win's wearing full plate. That's his downtown armor. That's his like.
He's got weighted armor.
I was going to say, weighted training.
Full plate and then takes it off.
Plate and takes it off.
That's amazing. I love
He takes it
Can
off
I
and
get
there's a
weighted?
hole in the boat.
Can I get weighted, like bracelets or something like that?
You can ask a blacksmith to make you some.
I'm going.
It would just be chainmail, wouldn't it?
An armorer. Well, chainmail. Yeah.
No, I mean I
Those are
want
just
like
his
heavy
pajamas.
things on my arms and legs.
How about you have disadvantage on your attacks for a while to see how
Well,
it
he's
feels?
got to get them custom made because no pre-made exercise weight band is going to
It's
be
gonna
heavy
fit
enough.
on his arms.
Yeah.
He's going to need like
All
5
that
kilos
Gaston
per
buying
finger.
through the belt.
Amazing.
You guys assemble at the captain's quarters, the count's quarters even, and you at the door. There's the man who summoned you, Crisp Greenfield, and an elf, a high elf, standing next to him, also dressed in a similar outfit, who also has a badge. And he says, "Wait a minute, I'll let them know you've arrived." And he knocks on the door.
joy.
He creaks it open.
What's the height difference between the
The
two?
height difference is massive.
Is a whole person the height difference?
It's probably like a 4-foot height difference, maybe a bit less.
Oh my god.
Don't anything you say to Crisp, you say to me.
Oh god.
That guy's pretty intimidating.
Have I
You
met
said a
either of
full-
these guys?
You said he was a high elf, right? A full elf.
He's a full elf, yeah. There's not many of them around, but he is one of the elves. You can tell because of his bright hair and his yellowish skin and his terrifying eyes. He's not got sunglasses because they don't exist.
do all elves' eyes?
Elf eyes are like weird and bright, and the hair, like these guys down here,
He
elf.
could have goggles. I've got goggles.
I know they have bright hair and all different coloured hair and skin.
It's hard.
but-
It can be
It is.
hard to tell the difference between a high elf, an elf, and a half elf, which I think is fair enough.
Yeah.
Usually, like their pupils aren't quite so defined. For one thing, like it's more of a solid color. It's one of the things. If you look
Okay.
at the half elves, their pupils are sort of like a more present. I'll try and do it consistent.
It's alright, the other half of me is nice and easy to spot, and Banon flicks one of his horns.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You're half elf, half orc, which is just confusing for everyone. And it's gonna be real confusing on the census. Like, where do we put this guy? Is he a half orc or a half elf, or does he count as 2 people? Do we tick both columns, or half
If it's any
tick?
consolation, my parents didn't know where to put me either.
Well, exactly.
We're quite a little horny crew, aren't we?
So horny.
Half and half.
Well, Orion, some are hornier than others, bro.
Well, I'm not-
That's true.
You disgusting.
I point at my big horns.
Does Orion assume that there's a chance that the Count's daughter might be there as well?
Oh,
You never
fingers
know.
crossed.
I mean, but are you gonna smooth your hair back? You gonna do anything? Anyway, as Alska Wilbur announces your presence inside the room, you hear something being discussed. In a. Does anyone here speak Dwarvish?
No.
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 Cool,
Not from me.
dandy.
Not yet.
Alska pushes the door fully open, and 2 people emerge on the way out. First, suddenly you just cover your eyes from the blinding light as the shiniest suit of armored dwarf you've ever seen appears in front of you. Ah!
I have dark vision, so I put my goggles on.
And behind him is a much more mundane, drudgy dwarf. And the shiny dwarf says something in Dwarvish, and none of you respond. And then the one behind him says, Lord of Exlight would bids you good morning, and begs you pardon to let him through.
Right, sure.
And then the Lord Rector says something in Dwarvish again, and his interpreter says, "Thank you very much, and from me as well." And they go off. "You may enter," says Wesker. Obviously, I mean Alska.
Be nicer, Crisp.
Yes, Crisp. I'm gonna fucking lose my mind about Crisp.
This was your idea.
You can't lose your mind of your own creation.
I can.
It's your cat.
Chris Greenfield and Alska Wilbur. I've said this many times. I think the ones that are just for yourself. So nothing. So I'm very much in my rights to find Chris. Alska Wilbur's stupidly funny, even though it's my joke.
Yeah.
Oh, so dumb.
I love Crisp. I love
Crisp is terrible. You enter this. It's the nicest room. The Count is. He's being attended to by this half-orc lady, who is.
That's not the Count, right?
That's the Count.
No,
that's not the Count. He's dead. Where's he dead? Where's your Count? All these people, all these humans look the same.
Racist.
Well, he probably will turn up at some point actually because he's working as his assistant to a certain extent. This half-orc lady appears to be nursing him to a certain extent. Mixing him a little. As you enter, she's mixing him some sort of drink, and he's dressed quite warmly for being inside. It's cold, but it's not as cold as his clothing would indicate. And he sees you all. Oh, the captain's here as well. Actually, where is he at?
What's the correct term of address
for a count? Probably your lordship would do, I think.
Yeah.
Do you know that? Would you probably? Well, no. You'd have some training. You'd probably call him. What would be a French word?
I've met him once before.
I think count is a French word, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. It's from Charlemagne. Yeah.
Yeah.
The more you know.
So maybe no, it's off the battle.
Battle? What? Roll for initiative. Okay.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Now, and he looks you guys over, and he's sort of like, yes. I think I've met most of you, at one point or another. My authority in Gavel as Count was provided to me by the Crown. My authority now comes at the goodwill of my people. And were we in Gavel, I would be forced by the laws of the land to punish you for insubordination. Luckily, for me and for you, we are no longer in Gavel. I have no desire to punish anyone for a heroic act, even if it goes against my feelings on what should have been done. And I thank you for what you've done. Maybe when we arrive wherever we're going, back to Gweladwin, to Tennis Albert, maybe we will have to revisit however we are governed, and whether I am fit, of course, to govern. It's a difficult road, of course, and I know, of course, that some of you have even fallen afoul of the hard and fast rules from where we have come. So, I hope that you will all take part in what we are going to try and create. And I hope that I can trust all of you to act as you have. It is... You have seen, of course, the rest of the crew. They are good people and skilled people, but they are not, for the most part, experienced. And of course you remember that the captain had to leave most of his able seamen and his veterans behind. My guards themselves are just rookies.
No.
Few people here can handle weapons. They're only rookies. Remember, stop. They will not be able to act on their own initiative and with such bravery as you six have. So, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you. Is there anything that you would have me say, or any need of me that you'd have that I can provide? Again, I'm aware and I'm truly sorry that your lives in Gavel have been uprooted, and for me. And he begins coughing, and the nurse sort of tends to him, gives him some of his drink.
Sippy cup.
If I may, Your Lordship, I recently made some tea for my mother, who's been having a bad cough as well. Do you want some?
You're gonna smoke him out. The nurse looking after him sort of looks at you sharply, and she says, "I'm tending to him quite well, thank you very much."
Okay.
Ooh.
I will, and
don't step on a nurse's turf, Fernbrand.
And the council voice is like,
They're really rare herbs.
"We will." I mean, they're not. just so we're clear, they're good, but they're not like anyway.
They're for me.
They're expensive.
Yeah, they're for me.
Sure. Your talents have not gone unnoticed, of course, and as I say, there's likely to be more danger ahead. We do not know the state of the country that we sail to. There's a chance it may still be in turmoil, or some new war. We may not be accepted there. I'll be having to draft a letter with the assistance of Lord Lawford as well. And he nods at one of you, and yes, hopefully we'll be able to smooth things over when we arrive. Again, in the meantime, can I rely on you to continue to act as you have? And he tries to lock you all in a stare as hard as he can, but he's not a man who's good at a long, hard stare.
Let's give him like a knowing nod.
I give him a madam-like bow, as you do in those times. Curtsy? Is that called curtsy?
That'll do with your scale.
I do a bow.
Clunk.
I still owe you plenty, so
Yeah.
I'm in.
I think
Whatever you need, Count.
Yeah, I think I speak for the rest of my kin, even though I'm the youngest, that you have all of our support.
yes, of course. Yes, that's where I've seen you two. Yes, you have done much already for my county, what was my county, and I hope you will continue to do as much as that for the people. And I'm sure some sort of rumination, some sort of payment can be come to when we are in a position of strength. Thank you.
It's okay, Count.
Of course.
We just stay rested. The sea journey's hard, apparently.
Well, there is still so much that needs to be done. And the nurse begins again to say, you should rest, sir. Your lordship, please let's take you for some further rest. I'm sure Lord Lawford will be able to handle the minutiae of any planning for now, and the captain too. And the Captain Black Sheep says, "Aye, you've been a good friend and a greater master. But for now, rely on us, sir." And the Count is nods sadly, and again he thank you all, thank you. And I guess you guys will probably leave.
Yeah.
If you have any more questions.
What's our context for his health?
He is in his 70s.
Okay.
Early 70s.
That's quite old.
And he is suddenly going on a long journey by boat, and he's not a seasoned seaman.
So we've seen. So looking at him now, he's deteriorated.
This is the worst he's been. In the recent years, he's been like not excellent as you might expect from an old man, but he's usually pretty healthy.
He gets on.
Yeah. It's
This
definitely something
has
that's
all happened suddenly. This journey.
Yeah, exactly. This is coming in at the worst.
I wrote you a message to you.
Yeah, I know. You would have seen that. Yeah. Hang on, let me just.
If you need anything else from us, just let us know.
Yes, we're always here to help. Whenever you ask.
Thank you, sis.
Of course.
And yeah, so the nurse will probably usher you guys out. As you guys are actually leaving, Yaz, you bump into your dad for a second. Hello.
Hey.
He's got a big book under his arm, and he says, just popping to see the Count, and then he sees who's also leaving the room.
What, the rest of us?
Yes. And where is he? There he is. He's down
You
here.
look like an older Yaz.
You look an old Yaz. Yes. And he looks at you, Ms. Fernbrand. Miss Fernbrand. And he starts looking around for a place to put this book he's got, and he's like, suddenly
I ignore him. I go past.
You know, well, there's a connection there.
He looks at yes.
The Count doesn't seem well, Dad. Don't overwork him with whatever you've got.
Oh no, never. Of course. I'll leave. I'll come back with this, shall I? Yes. Maybe that'll be best.
I mean, we're all just leaving.
Yeah, but the Count's been taken to bed.
Yeah.
I'll go over this with the captain then, and the captain's always well. We'll go over that in my in the room, the steering area, shall we? So they're gonna go further. See ya. Yes. Bye. And he sort of waves confusingly at the rest of you guys as well. Like,
I just kind of raise an eyebrow. That's about it.
All right. Yes. Story time. Who's your old man?
Well, that's my dad. And I guess we're probably on this boat for any of the same reasons you guys are. Fresh start. That's really it.
Fair enough.
That's fair.
If you are all done, you're taking up space in the hole.
Sorry, sir.
Oh, okay. As you like, Fernbrand would have come back, and just kind of you hear the clutter of a chainmail skirt thing.
No, sure, yeah. Would she have come back when Lawford was still there, or
when he was leaving?
Okay, cool. So as you come back, you kind of bump into him again.
I thought he's gone.
No, he's gone, but you failed so bad at stealthing back.
No.
Where did you go? Where did you go?
I was just standing outside the pier and was looking outside the pier and was waiting for him to go past. And then I would have joined the group better.
Sure. He's busy with the captain.
Yeah, I would have just been noticeable coming back when...
Sure.
I thought Yes would say more, so... Alright, that's it.
How do you know there's this old man? Oh, don't play coy. I saw that little exchange.
Well, we all... It's...
Hey, wait, give the lady some space.
Yeah, she doesn't know what to say.
Oh yeah, did I see my boy Nebo in there? Yeah.
He's not a bad person, Balin. I just can't talk to him right now.
That's a character summary and a half.
Nebo's
There he is.
Nebo.
That's my boy.
Oh, look at his laps.
He thinks he's Enceladus' best friend. Yeah?
How are you
I'm
friends with that
impressed.
nerd?
They met at court.
Yeah.
Because Dragonborn had to go to court to turn in missions.
Alright.
And
So whenever Galateo was like turning it, I just mooch around and I ended up just chatting to him.
Because he was also a young, unemployed person.
Similar age. So
Nice.
you know.
Exactly.
Remember when you were at school and you're just friends with people because they're your age?
Yeah, just because you hang out with them.
The name is next to yours in the alphabet.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right, so full clarity. There's not going to be anything that happens specifically for the next few days. So you guys have got a few days of boat life.
I want to talk to Elska.
You're going to talk to Elska when he's off duty, which is never because there's only 2 members of.
Because there's only 2 members of staff, and he's even Christian.
He's just a rookie.
Crisp.
Where's
Joyce?
Where's Joyce?
You can talk to Elska, yeah, sure.
I don't mind when. I just.
Sure. No, you'll be able to find him when he's off. Let's just do it now.
Where's Barney and Joyce? That's what I want to know.
Well, I mean, maybe they're the midnight. Maybe they're the night shift.
The night shift. Heck yeah.
I mean, if I draw any more Resident Evil characters, it's gonna be.
Just
Alice.
What are you talking about?
What race would Leon be?
Leon obviously would be human. He's the most human that's ever been. Leon's an absolute tank alone. I can't do a good Leon voice though. I can't do a good Wesker voice, to be quite honest. But,
no, you must have.
It's good enough.
It's fine. Yes. Hello there. How can I help you?
When
you want to talk to Wesker?
I want to say to Wesker that I just appreciate everything that you do. You know, the whole protecting of the
Count.
people.
I see. The Count.
The Count's family are my responsibility.
Yes.
I will deal with them myself.
I deal with the Count's security myself.
Amazing. I hope to learn many things.
And all of his family, of course.
That's all I needed to say. I just needed to mooch to him for a bit.
That's fine. Maybe you can join Star or something. For now, you're just a rookie.
I'm just a
I'm gonna strangle him to death.
You can't do that. He's got the T-virus. I mean, no, he doesn't. Anyway, do you want to talk to him about elves?
Yeah, I would.
Yes. How can I help?
There aren't many elves on the ship, and I have some questions about.
That's fine. Yeah.
My heritage.
Sure. I mean, have you got specifics?
Well, it's more about where they went.
Were you not? From what I'm told, which is not much, we elves have to figure it out for ourselves. That's why we have such long lives. By the time we're 1,000, we have generally figured it out, from what I know. Again, I am only 65 myself.
I'm about the same.
Yes. We're both just rookies, you see.
Oh shit. Oof.
Okay.
Very good.
In a sense, you could say that. So
that's the only sentence I mean.
What about your family then?
My family. They both left when I was 20, and is usually the way. I don't remember it so well. It was
Oh really? It's the same with other families then?
Yes. Why? Well, I had no brothers or sisters. By the time I was old enough to live in society, I was just left.
Did all of my brothers and sisters leave also?
You wouldn't, for one thing, you wouldn't know.
I suppose that's true. I wouldn't know I left.
But also no, because they were also young.
Right.
Your parents were weird because they decided to have like 6 children, which is very unusual for elves.
Well, they were aristocratic, so I guess in a sense that makes.
I know, but it's still bizarre.
Yeah, they could afford the elf tax.
That was with the minus for being a long life race. You just rolled like maximum siblings.
Are you fucking weird? He rolled high on this.
He rolled. Sorry, he's got 5 siblings, but
5 siblings.
But luckily they kicked him out. Thank God.
Aristocratic family.
Yeah, he rolled max wealth.
How did they kick you out?
Standard living. Well, he doesn't. You're there.
Did you have
this is a private chat between elves.
Oh yeah, I know.
Elf chat. Yes.
There's no elf on a shelf here.
Something your punitive mind could comprehend.
Well, do you have any idea about what it might be then? Even though I understand you're young, are there any other older ones on the ship?
The oldest elf. From what? it's very individual, you see, from what I understand. I've seen a few other elves on board, although I do not know who the oldest would be. I have not heard of an elf older than 100, though, in Gavel.
Well, could you introduce me to them?
I think the fellow with the sort of antlers, the tiefling who is an elf, he is the oldest, but he is not purely an elf, you see, so I have no idea. It is not something... What's this guy?
So I just mean, does that do half elves, or is it only the pure elves that leave? Or?
No other elves live for maybe.
True, that's true.
If a half elf lived to be 1,000, they would also.
That's
leave.
very rare, though.
From what I have heard, and this is all I know more on the subject, that is referred to as the calling. When they reach a certain age, the count's wife was an elf, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yes. She was married to him for less than 3 years before the calling took her. She must have known it, though. A confusing decision.
Took her. You sound almost as involuntary.
Mayhaps. It is, of course, the destiny of all elves to find out what it means for themselves, I suppose.
It's not very satisfactory, but I guess I'll have to live with it and learn.
You will learn to find satisfaction in the life you live. Answers will come. Yes. At least I hope. We're all in the same boat.
I knew Alistair Webber was such a nice guy.
He's very
What a chill dude.
Well, he's talking. Hey,
despise you, Chris.
He's wise for his age.
Alistair Welbert's main defining thing is that he's obsessed with Crisp and loves him. Crisp.
He's my little friendly boy.
Crisp. You and I are gonna make it in well.
That's right.
It just feels,
Even though I will live 10 times older than you are.
Actually, gnomes live to be about 500.
No, 700.
Is this? Yeah, gnomes live for freaking ages.
Really? Wow.
We'll have eternity together, Chris.
No matter what, Chris, I can make sure you come with me. 1,000 years, Chris. That's my life's work. You are my life's work, Chris.
Oh, yeah, 500, you're right.
I hate you, Crisp. I mean, anyway. They're for ages. They've got plenty of time.
I love to hate you, Chris.
Crisp, I can't get you out of my mind.
It's just weird that they would, people who love each other, the elf would leave the other one, even.
Aye. It is a mystery, unfortunately.
I guess I'm too impatient.
Although the country that we sail for, Gwen, of course, is where most of the elves in Gavel originally came from. So there may be more answers there. And the name of the country itself comes from Old Elvish, from what I understand, though I do not speak it fluently.
Elvish, or what? You mean Old Elvish is a separate language?
It's kind of like, if you spent a long time thinking about it, you might be able to come to a translation.
Okay.
It's the equivalent of Old English, where there's some words that are the same, and a lot of things I was I have no idea what that is.
Sure. Well, maybe if there's enough text there.
Yeah. Has anyone got any other specific things they want to do in the couple of days of the boating? And yes, Sam, I think I did see that. Good man.
I would try and find Miss Fernbrand.
Ooh.
Make a perception.
I'm hiding under the boat.
You have slighted my family, but not I.
Yeah, sure. You can find her probably on deck, just looking out to sea, because she likes the view.
Seen any sharks? Comes up behind.
No. She gives you a look, but looks back to the sea.
I'm sorry I didn't know what you looked like. This is really awkward.
Yeah, I I'm trying
my
not
father
to.
is.
I'm trying not to blame you, of course, but it's just. It's a lot of bad feelings, seeing your father in person. And so you're the youngest?
Yeah, yeah, I am. My brothers are, well, you know them.
Yeah.
Me and him are sorry for what happened to you, you know.
Well, thanks. That's nice. But
I mean, small world. I mean, we kind of came here to kind of get away from this.
same.
It seems like you had the same idea. And then first incident that happens on this trip, and we end up bumping into each other. It's a very small ship.
So, are you a fighter? Because I would assume you're more in trade.
My father never taught me. He looks just tired. I'm just trying.
He's trying his best.
I see.
I'm just trying.
Well, Orion and Kalidas, they seem very capable. I'm sure they can show you a few things.
Yeah.
I'd say win, but I feel like that's a different level.
Well, they're pretty good too, but I see you wear a shield as well.
Oh, yeah, I do. It's kind of a gift, and I've had someone show me a bit how to use it, and well, I wish it would have blocked a bite last time, but I guess next is not. I'm still learning as well. I guess.
I mean, if we're gonna have to work together, could you maybe help show me?
The shield thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
Kind of pleading, just trying to get in to try and make friends.
You'd also notice, Mr. Fernbrand, that Yazral's shield is very antique and is missing like some very important straps on the inside.
right.
It's not like it's been kept in okay shape considering its age, like a bronze shield from a long time ago.
Can I take a look? I'm taking a look at the shield, probably. As you tell me this, I kind of know.
I would hand it over.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I can see this is a hand-me-down, probably.
From a long time, yeah.
Right. Well... I could... I'm sure someone here can help you fix that. As for the training... roll persuasion for me. Please, if you want, you can.
He's just trying to be nice. It's whatever you want.
If you can.
If you can.
He's just trying to.
I'm
find
not
a way
quite.
that's
I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure.
It's
think.
okay.
I'll think about it. Okay.
Yeah. Just yeah. Nothing's gonna get in the way if we have to work together. I'll just let you know. And
thanks.
anything, if you need anything, if you need anything like desperately, just let me know. And I can try and help.
I know.
I'm sorry, I'm rambling. See you around.
Bye.
Keep an eye out for any sharks. And I leave.
Right. Raj, you got anything? Does Orion have any specific
Hmm.
You're probably going to find it difficult to tie down the other Tritons because they're going to be off.
Yeah, he'd
scouting
be too nervous to try and talk to them one-on-one.
You could
I'd
watch them.
I don't know about you, but I'd probably be more inclined to go on the main ship a bit more often during the day.
yeah, that's
So
what
I think probably before this, we're probably stuck on R1. So I'd probably more now that we've had
we've had permission to
Yeah.
You could always have gone on, but like you probably
there wasn't too much of a reason to.
didn't
Yeah.
feel the need.
And now that we know people there, I'd
Yeah.
probably like Encounters would definitely be. He'd be like about more often, like on the main ship and.
I try and fish some fish. That's what I'm trying to do.
Roll
Without
a
the,
fishing check, obviously.
What do you want with that?
I don't know. Whatever you want to fish with.
I don't have any fishing tools, unfortunately.
I guess-
but can I use my trident to try and
Yeah, you
stab
can fish with a trident, sure.
What do you want?
Well, a proficiency roll with your trident. Whatever you're using to fish with. I guess strength.
Strength.
I guess.
Yeah, alright, yeah.
Just make an attack.
How much
So,
do you
yeah,
think?
we'll judge it on that.
Kill the fish.
Oh, that's some pretty good fishing. You're in and out of the water doing some stabbings, getting some good fish.
Doing some barbarian fishing from RuneScape. Good
Yeah.
Oh, he
reference.
got agility, strength, XP.
Yeah. Yeah, nice.
Barbarian fish. Actually, no, you're right. Yeah.
But it depends where you do it, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's different types.
You can do barehanded, but you don't have
Yeah,
to.
you can.
But barehanded is shit.
It is.
Where's this guy? Oh, he's good.
Sorry.
As you're down there fishing, you probably come across. Let me just roll a d6, a d5. How do you roll custom?
Sea monster.
I mean,
What's that?
R1,
Just
1d5.
Just make it
Oh,
d6.
one
If it's a 6, roll again. There we go. Oh, there.
So I can make
Was
it
it-
R slash R space 1d5.
Yeah. You can roll any dice in the thing.
Okay, cool. Oh, okay. Oh, Jesus. You come across when you're fishing, Karkanos, Kratos, aka.
Oh.
You're down here in the ocean then.
Oh no! Oh, the scariest one. Oh.
He's just looking at you while you come across him. He like emerges out of the darkness of the underwater while you're fishing. He's looking at you. Do you want to say first? You have opportunity to say first.
Well, I would say absentmindedly in common. Don't mind me, just fishing away.
Fuck's sake. I fucking hate this guy. Oh, I love this guy. What am I gonna? What did he do? He probably would reply in primordial still, and he'd just say, "You have a duty. Do not disrespect the ocean with that tongue, please."
I'll respond back in primordial. Oh, best apologies. I'm not familiar with the ways of the sea. I'm still learning.
It is my failing. We should have been there. We should have taken you in and trained you. Ugh! And he again has come. He has become very upset that he has not been there to raise you in the stead of whoever has, in his mind, failed to raise you
Oh,
properly.
now, did you
Crybaby.
think about my father? I would have been Triton who lived on the land.
Your father. Do you know his name? Right, you didn't name him, so I'm going to let you name him. You didn't give me one. What's his name?
I
Ryan?
did not know.
What's your next favourite constellation / stars?
It'd be Taurus Stormborn.
Taurus. I will ask the others later. And he just swims away. He's done. He's got to investigate your family for you.
Oh,
Oh.
interesting.
A good
Nope,
fisherman.
none of us are called that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other specific things you want to do? I assume not.
Anyone or?
Yeah, I mean, basically, do you have
With
any things you want to
No, we've been on the boat for a while. I might spend a little bit of time looking for any more, or any sort of thieves' camp sigils anywhere. See if anyone started marking places or doorways or anything.
Oh, okay. See if there's any sneaky types about.
Yeah.
what's the date? Probably not at this point. There's not been like any case of like everyone's been getting food. Maybe they might think that's the sort of thing that might start happening when rationing gets a bit more severe. People might start.
Yeah. Not necessarily expecting to find anything. Just thought.
No, sure. Yeah, it's worth keeping in mind.
I guess also like, I mean, only if you want. I know he was trying to.
No, sure.
Bridge gaps with Miss Fernbrand, but if Yaz was in need of wanting some training, I would definitely be offering that at some point over those couple of days. More so than telling him how to hold a sword. I would probably go to him and be like, I don't want you to die, so.
I would happily take that.
I'm happy to like give like a couple of hours every day. You know, not obviously not too strenuous because he probably hasn't got the physique for it, but.
Yeah, I've got bad constitution.
That's true. That's true, actually.
But
take a hit. Yeah, you guys used to like bare knuckle boxing. It's like, take a hit. But
I'm like Rocky.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I already thanks. It helps a lot.
That's fine.
I still have an inspiration, so I'll keep that in mind for training.
Oh yeah. I was thinking that inspiration die. Like I'm not going to do this now, but like in the future, like any you'll lose them if you don't use them for like. I'll think of an amount of time that'll make sense.
Sure.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I'm not going to do it now until I think about it. Throughout the next few days as well, this guy, with his loot, approaches you, each of you, like, when you guys are on your own, and is basically just what happened the other day then? I've heard, and he's got a notepad as well, and he's asking you what was going on, and your side of the story. And assuming you guys tell him, or no? Actually, as a fact,
the Sea Devils, the news of the Sea Devils that's not common knowledge, is it?
People are they don't know what it was, no. And maybe some of the crew might do because he did keep that one back, but I think it's not like they didn't like parade the corpse around. They just like some monsters were attacking. So basically, is anyone going to give this guy details about what happened?
I think it'd be like
I wouldn't.
A club secret. I feel like.
I'd be using a glowing pearl, and there's a huge kind of cylinder form jug, and I'm trying to get something to work.
Sure.
Kind of busy.
Would I have been given any orders to keep it under wraps? I assume so.
I think it's more like common sense where people are like kind of making.
No, but Sam, yeah, you would have been told to keep that to your chest.
Okay, then I literally don't say a word about it.
Yeah.
I would say that the sharks have been bringing problems.
With each of you, one at a time, he seems disappointed and says things like, "There's no romance in that. It's not interesting." And he seems very frustrated.
Oh man, he needs
There was a
inspiration.
greasy shark.
No, he said he turns like,
That is true.
Maybe I'll get back to you if it's promising.
Well, I will trade info
Shark,
for info.
Weasley bark. I've got something here.
Would Win tell this guy anything?
Sorry, hold on.
How
I
old
would
are you?
information for information. So if he's willing to give me some, I will give him some.
Oh well, what information? What would you like to hear about? He says, and he strums on his harp lute thing.
First, have you ever heard of a name called? That was heard from the
Mathanwe. There once was a man called Mathanwe who no. Sorry, no. He's trying. I can't think of it. That won't work. Nothing like that. I can't do that.
Nothing from the old lands, the ancient lands.
Oh, I mean, I'm not really. I'm a scholar, but more of words that people understand. I don't want to be talking to people if they can't understand me. You know.
Well, sure, but you can talk about the tales of the old.
This guy's mainstream.
What's this guy's deal?
He doesn't. He's not wanting. He doesn't know anything about anything old, and he doesn't care because he wants to. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to tell. He wants to be able to talk to the common man. He doesn't want to know Latin, essentially.
Chasing a story.
And yeah, he's also the newspaper.
He's chasing the muse.
God.
I could.
Honest.
I could sing you a song about. I could sing a tragic tale about the fate of the elves.
What kind of tragic tale?
Well, he begins to perform a song for you, and I'm not going to sing you a song, but basically,
I don't expect you to.
Oh, come on,
Well,
dude. What do I pay? What do we
I
pay
haven't,
for?
I haven't written a song for this. Is what I more meant by that, or lyrics. But basically, he sings a song that basically concludes with, "Isn't it sad that the elves go away?"
Well, no, yeah.
So he has not had anything useful for you.
I'm just disappointed.
Disappointed.
Go.
Well,
I'll just sort of shoo him off.
none of you appreciate art. He goes back. On the morning, what's the day currently? Let me just add. It's getting pretty cold, but it's not the worst. You guys can manage. And during the day, on the 18th of Mathenwenth year 499, which is a Ray Day again.
Is it Mathenwenth?
Huh?
Is it Mathenwenth?
It is Mathenwenth. That is the name of this month.
Okay. Oh, okay.
You can look in the calendar, it's in notes. Anyway, all the numbers after the things are just for if you want to randomly roll a day. I don't know if all of you rolled a birthday or not. I can't remember if I got you.
I know what my birthday is.
Yeah.
Cool. Mine's day 252.
No, nice.
I did.
You better check it out. It might be today. You might have missed it.
That's like I wouldn't tell anyone.
I mean, sure. Unless it is your birthday, then you can have a big.
I'll just get absolutely smashed.
You just drink the rest of the ball.
I guess the Dragon Ball with me. My birthday is in 2 days' time.
I didn't write it down.
Your birthday's in 2 days. That's very exciting. You didn't write it down, Tombstone. How dare you?
No, I can re-roll it if you want.
Sure, reroll it. D352.
This is
Born
where you
again.
learn. This is where you learn that Dragonborn birthdays you actually give everyone else.
I'm not
gifts.
rolling.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Did that didn't
No.
actually roll. Because that would have been terrifying if that was true. That would have been midwinter day, the day with sun.
Mine is third, the month of dawn.
Nice. 144. That is. Oh, that's actually. Oh, that's in the summer. That's in Groon.
Grown.
Yeah. It's just write down 144. We can figure it out later. Anyway,
Oh, yeah.
in the day, you hear from the crow's nest this guy shouting, "Land side! Land side! Land!"
I'm gonna get up there.
You're gonna run
That's
up to the.
pretty
Get up
Yeah,
to
I'm
the
gonna
crow's
run
nest.
up a vertical surface.
You can climb this rigging. He got up there.
No, I'm running upwards.
You.
Don't.
That is heinous. That's a heinous
You're
lie.
strong enough.
You see that the guy in the crow's nest is looking further north. In fact,
You underestimate my
and
power.
you underestimate my power. The captain. People are assembling on the deck. This is exciting news. And maybe is there more exciting music I can have?
What's the exact day again?
It is the
18th.
18th.
So
Which is
we're
a
still on
Ray
the
Day.
and we're still on the diversion.
Yeah. You're getting to the point where, like, maybe in another week it'll be time to go back. Essentially.
Okay.
It's the 18th of Matham.
So we're really in
it's my
uncharted
birthday.
waters right now.
Yeah. It also, fair point as well. The seas are beginning choppy, and the sky is kind of it's not stormy yet, but the weather is not great here. It's
snow?
there's been occasional snowing, but no big snowfall. The captain comes out and he pulls out his spyglass that, of course, he has, because if someone's going to have one, it should be him.
Opulence.
And he points out to it, and then someone who's assembled on deck is this lady, who's got a pair of calipers and a bunch of paper, and he's describing to her what it is, and she's drawing something out.
So a natural cartographer, maybe.
That is the cartographer. Yes, there she is.
Cartographers talk.
If
Seems like
anyone,
an island. Big.
well, in fact, if anyone looks out, you wouldn't be able to see it yet, but the captain is going to shout out.
Who steers the ship?
Who steers the
Up
ship?
the
The
bow.
ship is shipped by a tiller, by a wheel, which is inside the ship somewhere.
Oh, does the captain get to name the new land?
Well, he says what the captain actually shouts is, "Looks like an SOS. People are in danger over there. We're going to need some people to get out there and have a look." He's shouting, "Volunteers!"
Fine.
Alright, Captain. Anything
Looks
to
like
get off this boat, I'm losing my mind.
Our names aren't the volunteers.
Ah! Well, you did promise the Count, I guess, to be helpful. Thank you very much. There is... He hands you guys the spyglass one at a time, and this lady who introduces herself
Fancy bit of kit, that is.
Oh,
Nice.
it's an honour to hold a spyglass.
Yeah,
I've only heard legend of these.
Legends say a 14th level bard couldn't even make one of these.
She hands around a sketch as well. Isolde, I guess you can meet her now. I can show you her character. Show the place. There we go. Show to everyone. There she is. Isolde Lay has drawn what appears to be an iceberg island with just rocks on it. It's very small, but there is a structure on it. It's hard to tell from here what the structure is. It's a small pointed building, and on top of that is a flag.
Huh.
Looks to,
Maybe the bow of a ship? Like a ship
could
that's
be.
run aground.
Could be. I have no idea what ships would be out here these days, but if there's people out there, we should look into it. Sailor's honor.
Oh,
Hey, and,
yeah, I know
and
everything about
also-
sailors, aren't
That's great
I
to
am a
hear.
sailor.
Will you six take a ship out there and investigate?
Certainly.
Of course.
6. Look round. Oh, the whole gang's here.
Yeah, this guy's not there. He's up above, as I still say.
Glass eye ain't coming with us.
Glass eye ain't coming with us, yeah.
You mean... What do I mean? That's the problem with having so many freaking characters as well, is that I need to remember. They all, like, usually when the DM says, "What's his name?" I need to look it up, that's because they're lying and have to, like, make it up. I just literally have to go, like, look up. He's Long Eye Larry. He's also Larry. There's 2 Larrys. That's going to be...
Wonderful.
And you don't even want to meet Leisure Suit.
Oh, exactly. Well, there's Long Eye Larry, and then there's Larry, who is Larissa, who is the Dragonborn. And that's just confusing. There's no Dick Fists, though. Not yet. Well, we'll lend you one of the emergency boats and just go out there and investigate. And if there's anyone there, well, bring them back, I suppose. And so we'll have the big ship. It can't really get too close because they don't know what's underneath. Obviously, icebergs. You can't go right up to them if you're in a big boat. It might smash to the bottom. But you'll be able to sail out. It's not too far. It's probably... You can get within, like, half a mile of it on the big ship. For certain. And then you'll go out on a little boat to the next...
I can sail the boat with my...
Yeah.
I'm
You'll be able to.
proficient.
You'll be able to manage it just fine. For the ease, the only spare boat texture I've got is the lemon boat. So you'll be going in the lemon boat.
Oh, yeah!
Back in the lemon boat.
Back in the lemon.
There was a whole murder.
Family down there.
The murder boat. Hey, it's the only
All the
spare.
good memories.
It's the only big spare boat that they've got. It's been cleaned since.
It's the
Every cloud has a silver lining.
it's the boat in a
Free boat.
relatively repaired state.
Yeah, the boat is undamaged.
Okay.
And I mean, if they had the luxury of, like, you know, making more boats and such,
Guys,
they probably
we
would.
keep the lemon boat. Is
They
that
probably
our
would.
boat?
I mean, if you want it. Otherwise, some other guys will take it for sure. It's a spare boat. They're not going to go around destroying boats when they might need them.
Is our party name going to be Party Lemon Boat?
No.
I'm not trying to
Lemon
make
pie.
that happen. The lemon,
Lemon
pie.
pie.
I don't know if it's going to be
Lemon
lemon pie. I don't know if that's what it's going to be.
Oh.
Oh no.
You guys can figure that out in your own time.
About.
And Lee, the cartographer, says to you guys, go, make sure you keep an eye on everything so you can describe it well so I can draw it out if need be. And she taps the paper with a pencil.
I've got an eye for sights and places. Tell you what I
Excellent.
can when I'm back.
Good stuff. Right, so you guys are going to sail towards this little island. Which, as you get closer, your suspicions are confirmed as well. As you do see, the building is indeed the broken bow of a ship with a faded red flag hanging above it. The little island is covered. There's sheets of sort of broken up ice around it, quite thin, and then they're going towards a thicker ice in the middle with large, hard to tell if they're rocks or just like formations of ice on top. Do you guys sail around it all, or do you just get how are you approaching?
I would have a word with the rest of the group. Do we recognize a red flag?
None of you specifically would recognize the significance of a red flag, no.
So we should.
Doesn't
Is it
seem
worth-
positive, but
Is it worth popping over because I don't know. Probably the
Let's just-
Dragonborn ship.
let's
See
just
if
go
anyone there
ahead.
knows, or should we just go? It's fine. We'll find out.
We probably saw the red flag through the spyglass, so I guess.
Yeah, you saw the flag. Yeah, the flag was seen. Yeah,
I guess anyone who would have known would have maybe let us know.
it would have been like a raggedy. It was clearly like raggedy from a distance as well. Like
Old flag on an old boat this far out, this far north. God, this could be anyone. I mean,
They've probably been
Orcs
surviving.
sometimes sail these waters, but I've never heard of anyone going this far out.
Yeah, and they must have been surviving here, so they've. Maybe we could find some supplies for the ship.
or any
On a
writing.
map.
That's a good idea.
Orion,
Maybe I know
you're the
something
one
about the
steering
area.
the lemon boat. How are you gonna approach this icebergy island?
Oh, it's a boat for
Well, you guys-
halflings as well, isn't it? So it's like.
It is a small boat with a lot of big people. You guys are maybe you guys get your own boat.
We should maybe try not to look like raiders, in case. In case
In
they're
case,
not from our
anyone's-
lands.
It appears to be completely isolated. This island.
Well, we are
So
a
you'd be able
pretty
to sail
colorful
around it.
group, so I think we don't have like this common look.
Well,
of
I'd like
raiders.
to land
We are
on.
quite armed.
Yeah, well,
You're going
That's
straight.
true.
Ideally.
You're going
keep
straight
your eyes
for-
about you.
Are you going straight in for a landing from the south?
Yeah, I mean, I would just
Okay. Well, you
straight ahead for me. I'd at least, but
sure.
I would ask the pie how. As everyone seems very cautious, but I'd rather just check this place out just to see what's going on.
Agreed.
Let's get it on with.
Okay. As you approach closer, you're probably less than 20 meters from contact. You see that on one of the larger rock formations there is a figure that is sort of. They're covered in rags and cloth, and so it's kind of hard to see. And also, the light at this time of winter is never good during the day, so it's hard to see them from this distance. What their deal is, but they don't appear to be like remains. It appears to be that there's a person kneeling on one of the rocks or one of the ice blocks on this island, near you as you're approaching. Like it's on the southernmost outcropping. I don't know if that changes what you're going to do.
Is it a human or
It's humanoid. It's hard to see from here. You can make some checks, of course. But
are they tall or not? Are they medium sized?
they're they're not large, no. They
They're
are,
not large,
they are
or
medium.
they're not. Are they small?
They are not small, no.
Oh, so they're not known. We know that much.
It's not,
We
it's
cross
not
no.
known. Yeah, no.
Cross
man
crisp
band.
off the list. Could still be.
I'll put you guys. Well, when you guys decide where you're landing, I'll put you guys on the because that'll determine what you can see.
I think we'd land whichever looks safest for the boat.
Easiest
Okay.
to tie it down,
It's
or
our
I'll make-
lifeline.
Do you want to make a survival check, Orion, probably with proficiency because you are boat.
yeah,
Man of the
knowledge.
sea.
I'm proficient with survival anyway.
Oh, that's alright.
Oh shit. Expert.
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
You're certain that this boat could plow through the thinner sheets of ice on the outside without getting stuck.
Nice. Natural icebreaker.
Yeah, look at its shape.
It's very thin. And you also with
That
it
lemon boat was built for it.
to definitely not stand on that ice because you'd immediately go right through. That's how
Right.
thin it is. It's not like So that ice is
Careful
trapped.
with
Wait
this
for Finn.
ice boom.
Yeah. Okay, so
Quite fast,
I will put you guys on. As you draw the boat in, you see that there is another figure on further to the north as well. There's you can see two here.
When life gives you a lemon boat.
I'll drag you guys on. Please put yourselves on the boat at the bottom of this map.
Okay.
I have written on the map the height of different areas. If there's there's a taller thing to this.
Get it.
You guys are at the bottom. So there's a sort of pinnacle of ice in the middle with the structure on top and the flag on top of that again.
Also, don't worry about the name stuff, because the name stuff makes the most sense in social situations, but here it's fine. I think.
Oh, is it not? Has it not?
No, it hasn't.
Come back.
You have to save the token again.
I remembered thinking that I should do that, and I guess I forgot to actually do that.
Well, next time, it's
I'll
fine.
do it.
That's
Yeah.
Right. Okay. As you guys have gotten this close and you touch land, the figure on top of the ice looks over, and you see what appears to be an incredibly gaunt, bald elf, as far as you can tell.
Oh.
Oh.
Pointy ears, thin frame, lanky body. It stands up to its full form, and
Then this muscular elf saves him. Oh, my savior!
and some of the wrappings it was covered in, as it stands up, peel away and dissolve away, as if they were completely rotted through, and it is left in barely any, like, just rags essentially. And it points and it opens its mouth, and its mouth opens and it gets wider, and it gets wider.
Nice.
And the one that's on a rock
Okay.
to the left, additionally, also gets wider and wider,
Any
and
noise?
points, and it just a and a long, horrible tongue snakes out, and I'm just going to replace their tokens with what they.
Fucking pod people.
Fucking
Bleh.
good
Oh.
Some
Oh.
ghoulish creatures
Some ghouls.
are pointing at you horrifically and wordlessly screeching at you.
How's that?
I guess.
Gonna load a crossbow bolt.
Let me put on some different music. That might be more appropriate. Like, for example, this. This is named. Well, this might be a bit too strange. What's this one? That's a bit too much as well. What's this one sound like? Yeah, this one's alright. Okay. I guess we should do initiative. Spoilers.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
Well, there's going to be combat.
What? How
You
is
can
this
tell
spoiler
they're
at this point?
you can tell they're enemies because they have the same picture.
No, they're brothers. Come on.
Exactly. Oh yeah.
The
Right,
distance.
I'll flip one over. Characters, people. No, it's not.
Oh my god, win. Jesus.
He's upset that they're elves, and it's
Yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense.
it shook him a little bit.
I think this is the first time we saw Win slightly distraught.
Did you like actually wince slightly like the first time?
Yeah.
Oh Jesus,
Oh,
they're ready.
Jesus. Well,
They're watching us
they're
come
ready.
in.
Oh my god.
Arlen will still go first. Oh, this music's a bit loud, isn't it?
I can make it quiet.
Oh wow.
Calm down. Black Vortex by Kevin MacLeod.
I accidentally rolled my my initiative to Theo. I got a 1.
Oh my god, dude! Crap on a crapsicle. Right, okay. So, Balin.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter because they rolled really well. So
Yeah.
So as I discussed, I will load a crossbow bolt and ready a shot.
Sure.
Sort of turn the rest of the
Ready
group.
or actually fire a shot?
No, I'll hold it for a sign of aggression.
Sure.
Sort of turning back to the rest of the group. Well, I've seen worse. Like, I mean, they might just be island mad.
Island mad.
we need to put these beasts down.
Is that your turn? You gonna move anywhere?
Yeah.
Or...
No, I'm assuming would the rim of the boat offer any cover, or
No, it's very short. Remember, it's for hobbits. If you were
Oh, yeah.
prone, then they wouldn't be able to see you. Like completely prone. Yeah.
okay.
But
So it's like
No.
a step of a staircase.
yeah, it's literally like a foot and a half. It's
No,
not
I'll-
much.
I'll stay standing.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So on their turn, I'll do the closest one first. This one crouches down on the edge and leaps onto the boat.
Okay, the moment it leaps, I take the shot.
Okay, sure. Make attack while it's still there then.
Normal.
I think 24 hits. Yeah, it does. Jesus Christ.
About.
Bloody hell. As you hit it in midair and it spins around with a crossbow stuck in one of its arms, which appears to have taken one of its arms kind of out of commission, and it lands heavily onto the surface of the deck. But it rolls to... where would it go for? This one's done. It's going to go for the nearest guy and trying to eat you. It's going to attack...
Stand corrected!
It's going to attack Win with its claw... well, I just said one of its arms out of action, so it's by Win. Or try to. I don't think it's going to work with its action. No, I think not. So it misses its attack. And... yeah, that's what that one's going to do. This van is... how far can that one go? Okay, so this one also leaps from its rock, and it slides on the ground a bit. It's not got great footing on this ice, as you realise it's kind of slippery.
Yeah.
And this, but it has got enough movement to get onto the deck. Yeah, onto the deck, and it's going to attack Balin with its claws. 19?
That's a hit.
Okay, well. It does 9, and you also have to make a constitution saving throw.
I'm half elf. Does that help? Or
Huh?
I'm half elf, so is that still a...
Does it
It's
say
only
that?
charmed, isn't it?
It's charmed.
Well,
Just
I think,
specifically that thing says other than elf or undead.
it's a really good point.
I don't understand.
I'll give you advantage.
Sure. I mean, I'm unconscious anyway,
Oh, I
but
might as well make the check anyway. But yeah. But yeah, with advantage because you are a bit elvish. Okay, so you do pass the check. So you are not paralysed, but you are down.
Okay.
You immediately, this thing leaps onto the deck and cuts across the face with its claws, lashes you out, and it takes you completely by surprise. And you hear in the distance a scream that just goes.
Oh.
Jesus.
Where's this from? Sorry.
Somewhere beyond over that
Okay.
way.
The heart.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Okay, it is in Keller's turn.
Sure. I'm gonna grab my spear with two hands and I'm gonna thrust it into this one.
Thrust away. That hits. Nice. Ooh, not amazing damage, but you just you stick in it as it is trying to bite at Win there and do decent damage. Ooh, it's not hot. It's definitely bloodied.
Mm.
For
I
sure.
am
It's
going
actually
to-
bloodied with that first hit. I don't have much
Not
health.
the best ever. Okay, that's fine. I don't have time.
That's a good idea. Turn the animation off for when we're unconscious.
Oh yeah.
It's good. It's good. I like it.
You can put yourself sideways. Okay.
No, that's terrible, because if things go bad, you'll slowly see the life leave our party.
No, it's great.
Fantastic.
Why did you pause it on that frame and not on? Let me just get. Not on. There's a frame that's funny. That frame. There you go. Boom.
I think we also have to knock him to the side because that means you're down.
Yeah.
Details.
But yeah, the okay.
Just use the
What you can
Are we doing health bars, by the way? Because at the moment they're not linked up.
No, I know they're not. I
Nice,
need
yes.
to do that stuff. But yeah, you're currently basically everyone's got between 8 and 14 health. I think.
Or 20, but like probably when I don't know.
I have 12.
Yeah,
I
only
have
12.
Yeah.
Monks hit dice only D8. Anyway,
Really?
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
get
It's
stupid
weird.
D8.
Yeah.
What?
It's with the monk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
It's
rangers
weird.
get a D10. Of course
What?
they do.
It's
Oh
so
yeah,
weird.
why?
Because they're also melee fighters, I guess. But monk
So,
only D10.
Because
8.
they're bastards.
Them two should definitely. Be
I guess because they can
Anyway.
stun and shit very easily or whatever. I don't know. Doesn't matter.
It's just anyway. Ms. Fernbrand, it is your turn. Balon in front of you has just been sliced across the face and has fallen to the deck
Oh
quite
god.
hard.
Sorry, Valen. She's gonna grab into inventory and she's gonna get out a medkit But instead of like the regular parchment, she puts on a different kind of liquor, which is more greenish, and she puts it on his wound, and it burns like fucking crazy. The wound closes up very quickly, but man,
I'm unconscious, thankfully.
it's not pleasant. So you get
Ooh, very
6
nice.
health points back. So yeah, again. But
I get
because
6.
Yeah.
That's nearly my entire health.
there you go.
Oh yeah, because you got like 7 con, don't
I
you?
have, no, I have 8 con. I have 7 HP.
You got 8 con. Completely forgot about that.
Oh my god.
That's why health bars are useful for me as well. Oh,
That's the same amount Yubi had at level 1.
Holy
that's a good
shit.
point.
I've got a new Yubi here, mate. But you have
Oh.
18 dex, I saw,
Christ.
so that's good.
Are you gonna do anything movement or?
I don't know. These things hit very hard. Let's
I'm
see.
still prone. God.
Yeah, but they have disadvantage attacking you if you're. Oh no, it has advantage. If it had a ranged attack,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
gonna chuck rocks next turn. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. I mean, if they wanna get me, they can jump. I'll hold the line.
Sure.
Draw my shield.
Okay. Win, it's your turn. The one in front of you is pretty badly wounded and is trying to bite at you.
Well, I guess I gotta kill it.
Well, you could attack to subdue.
It's it's beyond that. I need to
Put it in the ground.
Next
Yeah.
up.
You do hit it. You hit it across the
Anyone
head.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I actually heal 7 because I get it's including how many hit die I have. I just get a plus.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Plus
yeah,
additional
plus-
hit points equal to the maximum hit die.
Yeah. That's pretty
Ah.
awesome. Holy
I
shit.
So I'm
I didn't even
I'm
notice
back to
that.
full.
Dude, hit fucking healing is amazing, guys.
I'm sure
Fuck
that
healing
one will
potions.
matter.
Yeah. You crank this thing's neck and smash it against the side of the boat. Ah! And its eyes shut and its mouth sort of goes and loose.
I'm gonna go around here. Can I stand here reasonably well?
You're on you're standing on like the helm.
Well,
Like,
I mean, it is win. If
That's
anyone
precarious.
can do it.
He's perfectly
Yeah,
balanced.
yeah.
If anyone can do it.
If something were to like push you, you'd have disadvantage, so you'd fall off more easily. But you can stand there.
So I'm gonna use my bonus action to kick it. Oh,
No, you didn't. There's a great bit in the Matrix where Neo runs off a pillar and then kicks a guy in the head, and you do that, but you do miss. Unfortunately.
So it's
I just want to be here so I can flank.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, currently, if
Nice
someone were to go
play, though.
behind him, you would have flanking.
And that's
Because
not-
there's no other guys around. Right, okay,
Ryan.
it's your turn.
Get in there. Come on, friend. End it.
Come on, Raj.
I think you're muted, Raj.
Raj, you mute.
Yeah, sorry, I am.
You've done.
Yeah, I'll bust his head wide open with a.
You do
I have advantage,
as well,
yeah, so I'll roll with
So,
him.
roll again just in case.
Oh, hit him with the steel chair.
That does work. 18 hits. Nice. You stick him as he's going for. Well, he probably would have bit Balin on the ground and tried to eat him. So it's a good thing that you've gotten in his way a bit. But he is so far. This is his first wound. You've stuck him good, but you're holding him back with the trident. But he's not.
Yeah,
not
that's
too
all.
bad
That's
yet,
it.
yeah.
That's all.
Okay. Yeah, Zola, it is your turn.
I rush him.
Fucking
Yes.
get him.
You can
Good
stand.
job,
It's normal.
Yaz doesn't
Remember
know
your
about
training.
flanking. so-
No, that's fair. He's not martial.
But I mean, he's very distracted, so it will be easier to hit still, right? I mean, he just
What was
needs.
that rule? What was the rule in fourth where you could like basically just bum rush and it wasn't called flanking? It was like
I
there
feel
was,
like
there was a rule about.
I feel like the
completely
incentive
overwhelming.
would be he doesn't know how to flank, but because of how it is set up, he is flanking. It just happens to be in that situation.
Well, okay, no, the way it's set up, he's not because it's not going opposite. If we're going to be clear,
I
about
mean,
that, but
there are 3 people at him.
yeah, there's 5 people around him. is
5
the
people
thing.
around him. I feel.
But I'm not going to start setting a precedent for that now because I'll use it because I'll be inconsistent about it. You need to be opposite for flanking. Otherwise, I will forget and I'll.
I
rule it
swing
differently.
my sword. 12.
That hits.
Oh, crap.
Just
Oh,
excellent. It's grappling around the floor with this trident being pushed back. Its attention has been diverted from Balin, and you
like-
swing it, catch it in the neck, and you stick it in this neck. Not very far though. You sort of. You got your blade to its throat, and it's cut it a little bit, and no blood dribbles.
But you did hit it.
He's lively.
And it looks over at you and snarls
Shit.
as you have done that. Ben, it's your turn.
Oh, back to me.
Revenge
You've been
fight.
resurrected.
Get him.
Oh, God.
This wound
use
burns
your
like crazy.
mighty athletics.
It's very unpleasant.
You don't
Yeah,
want to die for a second,
I
though.
scramble to my feet, drawing the short sword in the same motion, and try and gut the thing.
Go nuts. Yep.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Not
move,
flanking, I'm afraid, because
No, it would just be instinct from where I am.
That's fine. 10 does not hit. You stab out, but it is kind of it's a bit difficult right now because the trident's sticking near it, and there's a lot of things going on around, and you fail to.
It's like five guys trying to kill a zombie in a zombie movie.
Yeah, which is it's the bit in front of the dead.
But they're all just hitting it with the pool sticks.
In a pushing them around. Yeah. Having such a good time.
And I would probably, scramble, draw sword, try and stab, and be like, out the boat.
Okay, so it will make a opportunity with its
Sure.
claw, with its bite. Oof. Does 15
That
hit?
matches AC. Yeah,
So
15.
it does hit. Okay, as you leap off the boat, it bites at you.
That one!
It
One left.
it catches you in the calf as you jump out, and you fall and land face first on the ice and slide a little bit along. Blood on the ice.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to move, because these things...
Oh my god.
Wait, what's your AC?
15.
Oh, right, you have base armor 400, so it's 50, yeah. Oh boy.
This is that, isn't it? Yeah. Ghoulish creature. I'll roll this then. Fuck me.
Oh god.
Genuinely would have been unconscious again if it wasn't for that
He's
one.
gonna kill us all.
Speaking of killing you all, what should I do first? I'll do this other thing first. The scream that you heard earlier has sort of gone into a low, just a incredibly pain scream, and it's getting closer. As I will just let me just do some movement.
Having jumped out of the boat, Bailey now tunes into the screaming that started when he was unconscious.
Yes, it's like, oh, hang about. Do they have a climb speed? Not that I
Fuck.
can see. No, they don't. So he's not going to be stupid.
Gonna be stupid.
Gonna be stupid. From around the corner approaches a similar figure, standing a little bit more upright, clutching at its head, and from its head comes sort of strands of hair that sort of dissolve and become smoke and ethereal mass, and it wears the same rags as the others, but it also has a pitted, stained breastplate on, and I will show you. I will show you. There.
Oh,
Oh,
Chris. It's something quite unpleasant.
oh
As
no.
approach. And it's going to double move because that's what it'll be doing. So
How does it move across the ice?
Oh, that's a fair point, actually. Because it's not wanting to slip up and hurt itself, because it is more intelligent, it's going to move slowly across the ice. Kind of not quite on all fours, but it like dips down one hand to like steady itself whenever it slips and scratches its long black claws into the ice, making some pretty horrible scraping noises.
Oh.
But it can only move to here because of it's on the ice now. This one is last been attacked by everyone's best friend, Yazrala.
Please no.
So this lovely fella is going to make a claw attack onto Yaz.
Oh.
I think 23.
Oh,
might-
I mean, I'm so...
No, come in. What's your AC?
Oh no! Oh no!
Does it have advantage?
I'm
if
just
you
happy
have-
it's not a crit.
if you're not using.
No,
your-
it doesn't.
No.
Right, okay, that's fine. It lashes out to attack you very, very dangerously. But as it swings out and is about to make contact, there's a huge gust of wind. Everyone has to cover their ears from the massive noise this makes, and something very strange happens. You know, what happens? Anything happens to you.
The second the ghoul hits Yaz, Yaz goes floating up into the sky 20 feet.
What?
What?
And it doesn't look like it was voluntary.
Like screaming.
The ghoulish creature digs its hands, smashing them into the boat, and this splinters as Yaz has been carried into the air by some wind. And the rest of you are very confused.
I think it casted a spell. It points at the green-haired thing.
How far can this thing move? Okay, so that one. There's another one also comes around the corner, by the way.
No.
But again, moving badly on the ice, slipping up. This one's not moving. This one is moving more frantically, but is making less progress because it is not moving on the ice intelligently.
Sure.
Okay, it is. Enceladus, it is your turn.
Sure. I mean, obviously, part of him is very, very concerned by the person that's floating in the air, but you know,
Yes.
he's a trained boy. He's got to focus. So
You've seen a
he's
couple of weird things in your life.
Yeah, I've seen some. Maybe not. Yeah, I've seen weird stuff. I'm gonna stomp on this dead body and then just fucking attack
Fuck.
this boy with a big spear.
14 hits. Oh, 12. You stick
I
it
just
through its
skew it
neck.
in the heart.
As it's looking up, confused at as you smartly step to the side and stick through its neck, and it dies. Blech. Ugh.
I would then use the rest of my movement to jump down here.
Sure. You jump onto the ice and you slide a little bit. You think if you wanted to move your full movement, you'd probably have to make some checks to not slip up.
Sure. I'm gonna use my bonus action to re-equip my shield as well.
Sure, yeah.
Because this new thing in front of me is not something I've seen before, and I'm scared of it, basically.
Yeah. That's fair. Okay, it is your turn, Miss Fernbrand, please.
Okay. Is there anything close to me that I can take, like a piece of wood, something?
There's some splinters of wood off the ground where, underneath Yaz, where the ghoul attacked.
Okay.
Yeah.
I pick up one of those, and what I do, she gets out some. This won't go in test.
Oh, okay.
Let me see. All right. So she gets out some black crystal that she sprinkles upon the object.
Yeah.
It feels a bit wobbly in her hands, and she just chucks it at the creature
Sure.
with the green hair. And despite her throw, you would think, oh, she throws it, but it careers at insane speed upon it.
Sure.
If you want to know why, I attached a note for all the spells that she does.
Is that it's a dexterity saving though, isn't it? Okay.
That is an dexterity saving throw.
Dex!
Well.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
But it does take the half damage though. As you
I
fling...
don't think it
It
does.
doesn't take any.
Oh, does it not take any? Oh,
Yeah,
no.
it just like it wears behind it and just.
Well,
This
wait,
thing
what's the
has been-
straight line behind it? Okay, no.
Oh, that's a fair point. I mean, because you picked up the things, so
Yeah.
you're underneath Yaz. So I'd accept that it could hit that one, because you had to move to pick them up.
Oh right.
Because Yaz is technically 20 feet in the air right now, so you would have had to move to get them. Yeah, let's roll for the
Yeah,
whatever
straight line
this-
up to 90 foot.
whatever this ghoulish creature is. It's not a ghoul, guys. Don't worry about it. It's not a ghoul. It is. Oh,
Okay, he's good already.
The one behind has already slipped up on the ice and is just like crap as the spike goes through it. The one that you're aiming for, again, it's grabbing on its head and it's screaming in pain.
Right.
And as soon as you launch it, it seems to not be paying attention. But as the piece of wood flies towards it, it suddenly drops to the floor and looks up at you and goes, "Food."
Oh dear. She kind of goes under like Yas and just heading her arms out. Come down again.
Oh!
Win, you're up. There's this horrible thing coming towards you.
Okay. What's my jump speed?
The
Jump
jump
speed, my jump
distance-
distance.
Just jump distance is your strength modifier for a running jump, you can jump as far as your strength modifier. So not modifier, your strength score.
Your strength
So
score.
Yeah, if you have strength 20,
That's
you can do a
18
20-foot jump from a run up. I don't.
What
Yeah,
about
so
just a
running
standing
start
jump?
I think
is.
standing is half. I think that is what it is.
Yeah,
standing is
half, yeah.
Okay,
And then-
I
and
guess
your
I can just
jump
like go back
height
and
is-
forwards and then jump.
Yeah, exactly. You can run along the side. You can do a jump. Dark side.
No, I wanted to do a
Plunging.
plunging attack.
Exactly.
Next
So
to
much
that.
bonus damage.
Yeah.
I'll do like a running jump. I just want to get behind him. That's my point.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you can do that.
And then smack him.
Sure. Yeah. The jump just. Yeah, you can definitely do that. Okay. Sure. Make an attack.
I have an 18 strength.
Yeah, I know. I just thought I'd check.
11.
You punch him straight in the back. Whoa!
That's
And
stuff.
you clang him in the back, and the breastplate rings out. Again, this thing you'd kind of expect like a clunk, and maybe this thing to crumple underneath your attacks because it seems like if this was a steel breastplate, it would have probably exploded into rust after that attack. But it rings out clear, and your attack bounces off it.
Okay, and then bonus action, I'll give it a punch.
Ah,
There you
off the rebound, you swing around and unarmed strike,
You
and
spin.
you speed, and you hit it good, and that does indeed attack.
That's when I think, finally a challenge for my skills.
You crack it in one of the unarmed.
Finally, challenge
positions.
worthy of my skills.
Worthy of my
Tech
skills.
priest.
Yep.
So it's like
Finally a challenge worthy of
worthy of
my
my
skills.
skills. So it's got that much health left, which is that number. Thank you,
Nice.
there, with your good brain
I
that you've got.
feel the machines.
And as you do strike it, it screams out and clutches at the area that you punch. It seems a little oversensitive, to be quite honest. Like that would have hurt, but this thing is screeching horrifically, and I'm not gonna start
Thank
doing
you.
that at 10:30.
Pussy.
I have at 10. I mean, I don't think anyone would give a shit.
Right.
But
I do, I get it, I'm just joking.
Time for
it
Winterland.
is Yee's turn.
Oh, no.
Is it my turn?
Is it? No, it's not. What am I
No,
talking
no.
about? It's
No.
Orion's turn.
Yeah.
I saw two elves, two elfish things. Orion's turn.
Yes, I will leap off into the.
Everyone's leaping.
Yeah, I'll leap off into here.
Okay. You jump in the
Skewer this. What is it? Do they have like flames for hair?
No, this one has hair that becomes ethereal ghostliness.
Okay, sure. I will,
And it's
yeah.
wispy to begin with. You can attack the ghastly creature.
Yes,
not
I
the
will.
ghoulish creature.
Okay, yes.
Not the ghoulish
one-handed,
creature.
obviously.
One hand. You stab a strike that definitely would have skewered the other ones, but this just rakes off its breastplate
Does it give
again.
advantage?
Oh yeah, you would have advantage,
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
because you are flanking and there's no one else around. Go ahead, do another. No,
Oh no!
the points scrape across the breastplate, leaving
Right.
no marks on it.
You got a bad rollout, so that's good.
From all my years of D&D, I have never seen anyone roll and then somebody go, "Oh, you have another roll," and it ever work.
It's true. It's always you roll with it to begin with. Oh yes, get your hopes up for nothing, you fool. Any more movement stuff, or you happy?
I would say do, so then Sam whoever attacks next is flanking.
Yes.
Although if the thing behind you attacks you, then you will suddenly be no longer, because you'll be being challenged by two different things.
That's fine. That's it. There we go.
Cool.
Time for Winterland.
Yes, Roland, you are in the
Just
air,
flying in the sky.
and the wind is blowing around you, and you hear the faintest of things in the wind. Again, like the primordial that you heard from the Triton. This is a similar language, but you cannot quite make out the words. It's so loud inside this hurricane miniature windy area that you're in.
Yaz is kind of taken up by the moment. He starts trying to talk to the guys, but then sees that they're stuck in the middle of a fight.
Yeah.
He looks down and he tries and goes down.
Does that work?
Because that's swimming downwards.
Fernbrand is right under trying to catch it.
Oh, jeez. The mast's right here, right?
Huh? Sorry.
The master's right.
The master's there. Yeah.
I grab hold of the mast and crawl down.
Excellent.
You just should be down.
I land with kind of soft feet.
Some
Very
Willy Wonka
surprised.
shit.
Very surprised.
That was weird.
Yeah. And then I use the rest of my movement, 10 feet, to go right here. I walk forward, and then I get right next to Clidius.
You jump down onto the ice, a little shaken, holding your sword badly, but at least in your hand.
Yeah, very very weirded out. Anyway, that's my turn.
Well, you can hold your action, can't you? Or was that your action to come down?
I think so. For the purpose of this.
Okay.
Baelin, you're feeling pretty like you've lost a lot of blood.
Yeah, the wound I just healed is just open again.
Yeah.
I will take a step back.
You're on the very edge. You slip.
Yeah.
One of your feet
Die.
slips into the water for a second.
And level a shot and fire at the ghastly creature.
The ghastly creature. Okay. Twang.
Oh shit.
Oh, kill that
Nice.
hamster.
And it's sneak attack because it's
With
got.
sneak.
Oh
Because
shit.
he's still flying it. Holy
Oh
crap!
shit.
Is that the second time that's happened?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think the-
Yeah.
Jesus Christ!
You are a
Wait.
glass cannon.
Works, man.
How much has this got? Okay, Jesus Christ! It's not dead, but so close. Jesus Christ! You level a shot as this thing is being surrounded. Everyone's bouncing attacks off its arm, and you just think, just shoot in the head. And you lodge a bolt through the side of the head.
Just
and
click its head. It's easy.
It reels back and it goes to scream, and just blood flies out of its mouth. And this thing hasn't been bleeding yet, but this blood.
Yeah, how do you like it?
The blood comes out like clots.
Ugh.
Something's not right about this. Ooh, connection to servant interrupted. I'm gonna reload the page.
Porridge.
I'm gonna reload Roll20 so it doesn't say that anymore to me.
Horrible porridge.
Dios míos.
Dios
So
mío.
much. Holy shit.
Yeah, sneak attack.
Sneak. Well, it's just. I mean, yeah. So what? That was. 18,
Recently, someone told me
20.
rogue doesn't do much damage, and I was thinking, right.
Yeah.
I think I've made four attacks in total so far this campaign. 2 of them have been sneak attack crits.
Yeah, dude, that really was it for you.
Who the heck told you Rogue doesn't make
Yeah,
much
who the hell's saying that?
I don't want to call him out.
Okay,
So
You can consistently outdamage me.
This it for a second it's like knocked up against this ice wall. Its blood sort of again splatting out onto it, and for a second it doesn't move, and then it pulls its head away from the ice, and it straightens up for a second, and it looks very wobbly now.
Oh good, I pissed another one off. Good, great, okay.
Okay, so it is gonna act.
Death in front of you and the ice behind.
Actually, I didn't
Your
get.
phone is just me.
Would it when it pings back up? Does it look at me? Because if so, I'm getting in the fucking boat again with the rest of my movement.
To be honest, let me just what's its probably no, it wouldn't.
I feel survival
okay.
instinct would push you up there anyway, honestly.
It's only looking
You're
straight
a
ahead.
scout, a melee fighter per se, what I stand.
Okay. I forgot to do a thing, but that's okay. If I forget to do it, then it doesn't happen. That's fine. Orion, this thing is facing you, and it looks desperate at this point. Desperate in all possible understandings of that. In pain, and it hasn't really got any sort of expression that you can understand, but it locks eyes with you. It's horrible, white eyes, and it leans in and it says, "Food," and it goes to bite you.
Oh.
Wow, it sucks.
That's the disappointed voice of a DM being.
That is, yeah.
I know, right?
I'm a happy DM right there.
That's an unhappy
that's
DM right there.
Hey,
Actually,
just
guys,
means
there
that
are
we keep-
5 more.
well, this one it doesn't move anymore, but this one behind you guys will go up behind you, Tombstone, and it's gonna make an attack on Win.
Oh, it's
Not with advantage though, because
Yeah, new ruling.
its attack. Yeah, this one is in combat with.
Makes
Oh,
sense.
right, yes,
I
you're
really
right,
like that
you're right.
ruling a lot, honestly. It makes so much more sense.
It's 'cause I'm really
Otherwise-
smart.
Yeah, it sounds a good idea. This one's
Straight on
gonna
side.
Good
this is
point.
gonna make a claw attack on Win.
No.
7. Holy shit! I'm bad.
I mean, they do have like a low roll.
Yeah, I mean.
Well,
okay.
I mean,
I went to roll high to
he
hit
dodged
AC.
2 of my
Two
deck
decks,
saves
5 to
entirely.
It swings at you, and you just sort of casually.
Just
Ignore it.
spin out of it.
I'll just say
Yeah.
you're welcome, Dad. He used up his big rolls on when he resisted my catapult.
Well,
And
exactly.
to hit me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah, that was like a. Yeah. Anyway, Enceladus, it is your turn.
Sure, I'm gonna proceed towards this with my shield and spear pointing forward. I'm gonna give it a attack with advantage. No, not
with
advantage anymore.
It's
Yeah,
your
but roll.
roll!
If you got on this rock, you might have it. That hits it. You've learned from everyone's foolish, and yet again, you step in and just go, I know how to do this. And you kill it. You stab it through its mouth as it's opening it and trying to go for a bite.
Look, I'm professional. I'll be efficient. That's what it's all about.
And as it dies, it's the etherealness of its hair fades, and the little strands of hair still in its head dissolve out, and it falls to the ground. And if you were a poet, you might think it has a look of peace on its face, but that might just be you reading into it if you weren't.
I've probably got. Do I feel like I could reliably do 15 foot of movement over here? Because that'd be 20 foot in total to get to this, or
To get over,
am I going to start falling over?
you'd have to go over this rock to do that, wouldn't you?
That's true.
So it'd be difficult. You could do it with a dexterity check to not slip up. An easy one.
I'm gonna go for it.
It's only 10.
Don't fall in the water with heavy armor.
It's true. You fall heavily and smash through the ice.
Instant
Dex
death.
check, yeah.
Yeah, dex check, please. Or save. Oh, nice, you pass. You fine. You land expertly.
Whoa.
Alright.
Okay.
That'll be my turn.
Cool. Miss Fernbrand, it's your turn.
Alright.
There's only one ghoulish creature.
Step
that
up
you can
forward
see.
to the edge of the boat, and I get my still cylinder-shaped. Looks like the ones you see in firecrackers, like not firecrackers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, right? The one that shoot out.
Yeah.
Fireworks.
Party poppers.
Yeah. She's gonna hold it kind of against the creature, and goes for it. Let's see. Twimp.
Oh my god.
Oh
yeah. Oh my god. You snipe it between these two guys. And, a little bolt of fire strikes it. It's not been hit yet, so it didn't kill, but it did a lot of damage to it. Holy shit.
Shoot right in the mouth. Oh! Light it up.
I like that you didn't aim it directly at like arcs.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like an artillery.
Exactly. Mortaring. Oh, okay. I go for it.
That's about as good as I could hope for. Yeah, good old fashioned script. Win, it's your turn. Unless you want to move anything, Phil.
No, I'm good.
Cool. Win.
Then I'll.
You right,
Can I-
Balin?
Can I move around this bit?
That is a high wall. No, so that is a 10. That's 10 foot up.
Dude, you can't just walk.
Can I not run across the wall?
Well,
Prince
You
of
can-
Persia?
I'll let you make a check.
Yeah, you're allowed to do
A
a check.
very hard one. Run on the
I
wall
mean-
that's made of ice.
I can't wait till you fall over like an idiot.
No, I can't do
And then
things
And then the
his
spell is broken.
Exactly.
his stats go down to average 10 across the
I'll
board.
just go, across here if it's okay.
Foo, 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 foo.
Well, actually,
Well,
are
hang
we
on.
sliding around if I do that?
You can.
You can make a
20
check as
foot
well.
with a climb.
Yeah, you can.
F35.
Oh, it is a climb. It is a climb. So, but. Oh yeah, I think it's fine. Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah, because you got more movement speed.
Then I shall do that.
This guy just jumps over you. It's like, phoom. What the fuck?
Smack it.
Yeah, you hit it.
Man.
You crack it over the back of the head with a big old stack. I have the unarmed
Not
buffers.
even one.
The first one, you crack its neck a bit, and it's hanging on to life.
Christ.
And then you unarmed strike it and punch its head, and its head is flopping loose like a fish, basically. There's nothing holding its head on apart from skin. And
So many dang crits.
it is also dead. Holy shit.
Oh,
Very good. Very good. You've killed these immediate
Good job, everyone.
bad dudes.
Has the as have we left combat? Would you say?
The wind
still steady
blows.
screaming?
You don't hear any more sounds
Okay.
apart from your own breathing.
If we're not doing turn order stuff anymore,
Sure.
I would like to divine sense.
Oh, fair point.
I'll just wipe my brow and I'll sniff the air for evil.
I've seen him do
You
this
can
only once
definitely smell
before.
that. Well, not for you. You can definitely tell that these creatures were undead, and that you don't sense anything nearby. That would. What's the range of it?
60 foot from where I am. So probably the whole island.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And, yeah. Apart from like the reaches out here.
Yeah.
Down there. Nice. Yes. You don't sense any undead that are alive.
I think that's the last of these beasts.
Well.
Ow.
Yeah. Okay.
There were once beasts.
Is everyone okay?
Yep. Fine.
I'm pretty good.
What turned these
You
creatures?
barely look alive. You're not fine.
Balin?
Yeah.
I can.
You impressed us last time. This time.
I can't really do that again. It's gonna shred your skin if I do that again. You gotta
It's
take
fine,
a bit of a rest first.
Come here. I'm gonna.
Oh,
Why? What
I've
are
seen
you?
him do this once before.
What the hell?
Whoa! What the
His
hell?
my eyes
How are you-
flash a bit, and then you feel like some wounds close a bit as I use all 5 of my lay on hands. 5 points of it.
You know holy magic?
There seems to be something in me. I'm not too sure. At
That's
the moment.
incredible.
Back up to 6.
I need to come up with all
Oh.
kind of mixtures to help people. You can just touch their wound and it.
You're all acting like my skin just re-knit itself under his hand. This is what?
Yeah.
How did?
It's incredible.
Yeah,
I'm just
it's
gonna take a seat on this
terrifying.
rock because I haven't done it very often.
These the corpses of these creatures smell pretty bad. It's a
Strange.
It's a sort of sour smell.
We should probably
Oh,
check out the
God.
boats. I don't think they have rations at this point. They're probably all rotted away. But
Okay, yeah, I shot if there's more of these things or anything.
I don't think they have rations because it sounds like they starved to
There
death.
were.
yeah,
Does anyone? Are you going to search the bodies at all? Any?
Uh,
I won't search the body, so I will search the back of the hut.
We'll search
I'll wait for the
armored one.
Okay.
And the other two are already on the boat, so look over those.
Sure.
We're back.
I'll do the creatures first. So from what you can tell, all of the weaker ones, all the ghoulish creatures were. Anything that they had has rotted away to nothing. The clothes that they are wearing are clearly ancient. And the one at your feet, similar situation, except the armor it's wearing, you can tell that its breastplate is actually completely intact, but it has a layer of something that's built up over time on the top of it, like grease and little dirt and debris.
Ichor.
Exactly, yeah.
Well-
So it's scraping away at it lightly. You can see that there's shiny metal underneath.
What colour is the metal?
It's in the dim light that there is right now. It's kind of it's a kind of yellowish, very hue to it, and very
See
shiny.
that a bright light.
I feel
I can see
like
colour.
Oh yeah.
I feel
Well,
this
yeah,
may be
it's
something
yeah.
more arcane in nature. I go with my hand
be-
over and cast mending to see.
Oh, onto the breastplate.
yeah,
Sure,
with a
sure.
breastplate to see whether I can clear it up maybe a bit.
Mending will fix any breaks in it, so you can fix like the when you're looking at it, you realise that some of maybe some of the clasps and some of the belts have rotted away. Some of the bits that aren't made of whatever the metal is. So you can fix those bits a bit. But yeah,
as I do that, I notice how probably the metal is technically unharmed. It's just rotted a bit over.
Exactly. Yeah. The actual thing is fine.
Obviously, take it off the creature before you start fixing it up.
Yeah. You guys have removed.
I suppose they wouldn't mind. Yeah.
Oh, and when removing it and handling it, it would be light as well in your hand. Like it feels almost like it weighs nothing.
Interesting.
But you also remember it taking a full-on blow. Some of your stronger people.
I can see whether this is something.
You don't know what mithril is.
I'm not saying that out loud.
Mute yourself. Whisper it.
Actually, on that note, because it does depend on like settings. Is that something we would have heard about like in bard songs or anything? Like, is mithril a known thing?
Maybe as an elf, I'd know that.
Yeah, but you haven't been raised by elves who sit around telling stories about good old elf times, have you?
What is it in
if anyone, I feel like I could have maybe read about different materials and stuff. I feel
mithril is a legendary metal in the same way.
That it is very rare.
It is rare, yeah.
Okay, I thought it was just sort of the same.
I can try to find out.
No. I mean, hey, tritanium's super.
Oh, yeah, tritanium.
Yeah,
mithril is significantly more rare than mithril.
5 of them have it, but I think that's their entire race.
Also, tritanium is basically steel that works on without getting rusty.
I can give it a look whether this thing holds any properties.
Yeah, well, it's light. That's what it holds.
Well, yeah. I think it's a bit more. I'd like to get on a boat and identify the object.
Sure.
All right.
I would like to progress around like this.
Okay.
So, I'm going to tread carefully so as not to fall.
The identify will take some time, won't it? It takes
10 minutes. I mean, I guess we could just search.
I'll cover what they do quickly first, and then I'll reveal the thing. But
if you find anything else, just bring it to me. I can check it out.
As you guys, it's actually kind of noble. These guys, like, they're so hungry, but they died before they ate each other.
Yeah, that's rare.
Yeah,
that's actually a fair point.
Some great willpower on these.
That doesn't tend to happen.
Maybe it's part of their elven heritage.
Depends how many there were to start.
That is a fair point. You guys have never heard of ghouls, as it were. You can figure out that they are definitely elven from their appearance, or were elven at one point.
What do we know about undead?
I guess we can all take solace in the fact that Wynn will never eat us.
And they did speak common to us.
They were speaking common, yes. Or one of them was speaking common, the others weren't speaking.
Yeah, they seemed voiceless, almost.
Did Enceladus actually share that they were undead, or are we just thinking they were lanky, scrawny, starved elves?
In terms of undead, you guys are aware that
I probably...
You saw their blood.
I probably wouldn't say that they're undead out loud just because I would worry that people like Yaz would freak out.
Yeah. But it's definitely something that... From what you know, undead are things that necromancers have made in stories, and in some places on particularly magic. Like, for example, there are stories that on the midwinter night on like the remains of battlefields, sometimes corpses will rise. It's one of those things where it's something in the common consciousness, but you don't see them around.
It's very rare, so quite unsettling to be fair. Like, they're here. Okay.
If it bleeds,
and it's something that's it's always a reactive. Necromancers made the more exceptional circumstances.
But everything bleeds.
Yeah.
Okay, so coming up to as you walk around the island, you see there's not really any recent signs of living.
Yeah.
But you do notice there's a single burnt log that's covered in snow. It's charred, rotted almost to nothing, but just a little bit of evidence of a fire that it's very hard to tell when it was, but not recently. And inside this, at the top there is the broken half of a not huge boat. It seems very well crafted, but it's not. It's about it's the size that it is. About 15 feet across, and it would have at one point had a below deck and an above deck, but
Yeah.
the below deck would have been small enough to fit someone in, but not comfortably. Like maybe
Just kind of like
just for
cargo and
storage.
stuff. Yeah.
That sort of thing. Yeah. Inside there is there's basically some piles of stuff. Essentially, there's a pile of what appears to be bedding and stuff that has rotted and is in a frozen heap in one corner.
Yeah.
And there is a chest. A wooden chest without a lock. It's just a chest.
Oh.
Leave that open.
I'll go and open that chest. Yeah. Or...
Sure.
Yeah.
You guys, you open it up, and inside, a cloud of dust sort of emanates for a second, and you mostly see piles of loose paper with that appear to have been water damaged and now are dissolving from age, and wrapped up. There's a parcel in sort of some sort of animal hide.
I'm gonna unwrap the parcel.
Unwrapping
Okay.
it,
Yeah.
you get
What's in it?
more dusk cascades off of it.
I'm going
And-
to search through the papers in the meantime. I want to figure out who and why,
Well,
these things and why this is here.
Looking at the loose paper, it seems to be mostly either blank pages or ones that have been water damaged to the point of being completely illegible. Inside the parcel,
There'd be
though-
damaged books in Fallout.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Completely useless. On the thing that you do find, however, is a book, a incredibly damaged, very old, falling apart, terrible book. And I'll show you. I mean, just check. I think I should probably remove this little description because you haven't translated it, read it yet. Hang about. There you go. Save changes. Show to players. There you go. You find it's in notes. The Ice Island Journal. You find an ancient book. It's falling apart.
Oh.
It's quite big. It's probably like 10 inches tall and thus like 5 inches, like 4 or 5 inches thick. But it's like swollen up with the pages becoming loose, and most of the pages
like moisture.
and again, like these are all very water damaged pages.
Why does it say Mein Kampf on the front?
It does not say Mein Kampf on the front.
Could I?
Ban.
Is it?
Does it count as a container for water?
The book? No. Well, maybe it's got a secret compartment on the inside with a bottle of whiskey in it or a gun. No, it does not have any of that.
Singing
I-
gunshot.
I would not even attempt to open it.
Sure.
I'm gonna make the assumption that because these ghouls are elf-like, that Wynn may be able to look at this. But I'm gonna let you know to it. But I'm like, I don't know much about books and such, but maybe we should try drying it out. I don't know if that will help, but I think this is structurally very weak in my hands.
Oh, and
We'll
Balin,
wait
when
till we
you're,
get to the boat.
Yeah.
Balin, when you're rooting around through the paper, you hear a little metallic sound, clink, as something hits the bottom of the chest, and you look down, and there's a little ring, little golden ring. I'll show you. I'll get the picture of it.
I'm gonna take up all the corpses and put them together.
I was
see,
going
this
to
ring is
say
in
that,
chest.
so I was doing that as well.
Okay.
Oh, nice. You guys, you gather the remains.
And start breaking some wood off the rest of the boat.
Is there any
So,
signs of the
like,
rest of the
overhand
shipwreck?
No.
And in a pockety pouch it goes.
Looking at the flag close up as well, you can see be some design on it, but it's faded to the point where it's gonna.
Can we
Someone's
take it?
gonna. So you can take the flag. Yeah. Someone would have to do some reconstructive work on the flag to make
Right.
it.
You mean like mending?
Mending requires you having two. Mending is for like putting two bits of broken wood together, not for undoing years and years of rot.
It ended up being like that Jesus painting.
Oh, you got-
Oh, such a good.
I
I
mended
actually
it.
think mending removes like paintwork and stuff.
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Yeah,
I think
men,
it-
there you go. You got the flag with you now.
could you describe the ring a bit more? Is what's that on the front of it?
The ring has
Sun.
a black central stone essentially, and within the stone you can see there is a shining light in the shape of a crescent.
Is that matching? To sort of look up and shield my eyes. Is that the same crescent that the sun's currently at?
Yes, it is.
I guess actually, I think I'm one of the most magical people in the party, aren't I? Can I?
Yes, technically so.
Can I check Arcana on it?
Well, on the book or on the ring?
On the ring.
Okay, sure.
Just to see if I sense a glimmer of anything on it.
Do you put the ring on during this check?
No, I'll just hold it in the palm.
Oh, well, I mean, I would have put the ring on.
Oh, we really put the ring.
Oh, okay then.
Put the ring on.
Which is also probably how you would have seen that I have it. And be like, found this.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll ask. Can you take it off so I can see if that's anything interesting?
I will say, when you wear the ring, you feel less affected by the cold. You feel warmer.
Okay.
A little bit.
All right, sure, but first call.
I'll give it right back. Don't worry.
It matches the sun, I think. Or coincidence, but
this ring. So now, you, Ingildus, have in your travels, you've seen a couple of magical things. You've seen some magic stuff.
Yep.
In particular, you've seen traveling past the Martian Empire, where the Dwarven Empire that is, which is called Martian. They're Martians because they're not the dwarves everywhere. The Martians, their magic items are very different, and everyone's like aware that they are somehow able to make magic items. Yes. But you've seen it, and it's not real in the same way as some of these trinkets. This thing is a crafted item that is intensely magical, which you have not seen. The pearl that you found didn't appear to be manufactured. This is something that has been made to be magical and is magical, which is kind of crazy. Ugh. It's not something that's had a spell cast on it.
No.
It's not something that, is currently having someone channeling magic through. It is a magical ring.
Maybe,
Sorry, you go.
You could say maybe Miss Fernbrand can tell us more.
Yeah, someone needs to have a look at this. Is not like anything I've ever seen before.
I mean, it looks like a pretty good quality gold. Wait, hold on, magic? You think it's?
Yes, I've seen magic, and this is not a magic that. This is not a. The way this is composed is unlike anything I've ever seen before. This boat must be ancient.
What I'll also say is, Ms. Fernbrand, you have successfully identified as a mithril breastplate.
You cut out. I haven't done this, but I was waiting for my thing to do.
Sure, yeah, but in this time that they've been doing that, you will have been...
Alright, then I may as well do it now then.
Sure,
so, the way how I identify objects. I'm gonna cast it as a ritual. And, because I've been spending time on this and writing down. You asked me.
Hey, I suggested that you could.
I know. So, similar to like chemical experiments, I pour some liquid over the object, and then catch the fluids in a vial, shake it, leave it for 10 minutes, not longer. And then I get out a big reference book out of different colors that is in that vial displayed.
Sure.
And I can tell you from this what this probably is for.
When it's been cleaned off, you think it'll look like this. It doesn't look like that yet. It's still dirty as fuck.
Oh.
But yeah, it is a mithril breastplate. And again, this is a from looking through your reference again, mithril is a magical metal. It is not magical in that it's been made to be magical. It is an inherently magical thing. Again, incredibly rare. It's not like super unheard of, but it's rare. And it'll be something that maybe like a rich aristocratic elven family might pass stuff down. So maybe Wynn's elder siblings have some mithril stuff with their circumstances, but
help
they
me.
didn't
Is
give
a
it
chain
to him.
shirt a breastplate? Is a medium armor? What's a chain shirt?
That is.
It's just a breastplate.
It's a breastplate.
Oh, okay.
It's a breastplate.
Yeah.
Change. Yeah, that is literally the description in there. So I did not change that at all. But yeah, breastplate. It's a breastplate that doesn't impose disadvantage, and it is magical. So like, I think a rust monster can't like dissolve it.
Yeah, of course.
I believe that's true. Anyhow,
is there any further indication of who these people were or why this ship is here? And is there even anything sort of potentially after it wrecked, like a journal? Well,
sure. Could you make some investigation?
I would like to make the help action.
Nice.
Well,
Sure.
Wynn, do you think that we should take one of the bodies back?
Ooh, with 18, nice.
Nice.
I actually. Do you want to show them, or what is the
Who?
idea?
Like, if these could be more of a phenomenon in the area, I don't know.
I can take an image of it if you want.
I think that'd be good. I mean, yeah.
I just want to lay them to rest.
I agree. Say when.
Win, handling the bodies, Win, as well. You do have some memories of when you were very young, when your parents before they had gone off, and you remember even at their age of well into 1,000, they didn't look old.
Right.
At most, compared to like a human, they would have looked like in their 30s, but like good for their 30s.
Sure, but these look old, I guess.
These look horrific and old. Yeah.
I get out a parchment and a few more materials and vials. I put it across the parchment, kind of pour it out. I ask Wynn to step back and I hold the parchment in front of kind of the figure. Then there's a flash. And then on the photo appears on the parchment.
Fair enough.
So,
Okay.
so that's one of my
drawing.
parchments.
Is
I
that
told
of-
you I'd need them.
Is that this guy of the guards?
Of the
yeah?
main guy, yeah, just to get like a look of him and stuff.
Okay, Ben, you rolled an 18 along with Enkel just to do some investigating.
I missed something he pointed out.
What were you? Sorry, that was just me pointing out. What were you looking at? What were you looking for
Generally,
specifically?
just trying to figure out who and why these people were here. And I'm just it's generally a case of like how
Have you
did they
missed
wreck?
anything?
Where did they come from?
Right.
Was there anything after the wreck? You know,
You
was the
specified maybe like a journal, like documenting events, or
logs or even
even like something like etched into the wall of like.
Sure.
a
Okay.
very helpful thing. A key thing would be like any maps, but
Sure. Well, I'm not going to give you a map because they didn't have one. Sorry.
That's fine.
But what you can tell from looking at the structure specifically, this was definitely put here, deliberately constructed here. It's not like it's landed like this.
It didn't crash here. They salvaged it and put it here.
It's been dragged up here,
Yep.
and there's not really any remaining evidence for how that was done or
Sure.
when it was done. But you can also see, looking closer at the walls of the inside of the hull, I guess, scratches that like tally, marking what you might suspect is
Days or years.
days or
weeks,
years.
or whatever.
The walls are covered in them. Kind of, again, under a layer of dust, so you brush it back, you see, oh, there is not a single part of the hull that hasn't got these scratches. Another reason why it's harder to tell, because it's just everything.
It's so uniform almost. that it's-
Exactly.
Yeah.
takes you a moment to realise these were actually marked. They weren't.
Yeah, not just like
The grain of the
deep
wood.
grain, but these deliberate scratches into the wood.
Jesus.
If it was days, it would be in thousands.
They've been here a while.
It's amazing they even survived that long in these conditions. Before
Yeah,
whatever.
that is also something that you failed to find is any evidence of any sort of provisions.
Yeah.
Nothing, no food, nothing that used to contain food, not even anything like a vase or an amphora that could contain liquid.
You saw how they moved. Wonder how long they kept scratching.
What else? Oh, are you limiting your investigation to that, or are you looking around the whole general place?
I was specifically looking in the boat, in
Okay.
the whole thing.
I guess someone else could have a look around. Ryan, if you have a look. I'm going to go and take the ring over to Miss Fernbrand.
Oh, sure.
Oh, you should take it to Mordor. I mean,
Just real
lol.
quick.
Ryan, you gonna make any look about?
What a beautiful ring.
Is there anything north, or is it just
Okay,
Very
so
magical.
you can look up north.
Have a look.
This appears to be.
This thing is crazy.
Yeah.
Rose, could you make a perception check?
Well, I shall. I will do a little prayer to whatever God happens to be listening at the time.
Sure.
Give myself guidance.
Yeah. You pray to that god that they taught you to pray to on the Dragonborn boat, who shall not be named. That's with the 15. I
That's
assume.
16.
Yes, thank
Okay.
God.
Not God.
Is this Jesus?
No, it's not Jesus.
Okay.
Is liking Jesus?
I mean, it's Tiamat, but you guys don't know who Tiamat is, so that doesn't sound bad at all.
Don't worry about it. Is what
Don't
I would
worry
say.
about it. There's something weird about this ice that you're standing on. It appears
The one I'm standing on at the moment.
Yeah,
or is it
it's
all
not. This isn't here naturally. It's actually made up of other pieces underneath, and then this big bit has been put on top.
Okay.
Oh.
Did 10,000 grapes pass by here?
Yeah. They made a little cairn.
Right, I ritualed the ring.
Oh, you did the ring, did you? The ring is a
You look at your reference sheet.
yeah. For the priors.
Well, you definitely don't have to feel the cold with this.
It's a ring of warmth.
Ooh.
I'm having things that need to be attuned. Some of them they'll have a minor effect instead if they're not attuned.
That's cool. I like that.
Not on everything. For
Right,
example,
that.
Wow. That is...
So what is it? If it is an or rather than an and.
it's an or, yes. So
Okay.
if you're attuned, you have resistance. If you are not, you have -3 wanted. And also you don't get the other benefits. You don't
You
get
better
the
hope they've taken more than
and also,
6.
-50 Fahrenheit is so low. That's like
Yeah, that's insane.
That's like
That's-
it's like
I don't think you could breathe up.
That's
It's like
a really
minus
powerful relic.
80. Yeah,
It's not on the description, but the sun on the face of it, is that set, or does that, or would
Oh
that?
yeah. Okay, so with the
The
identifier,
sun.
the identifier would show that the crescent sun actually tracks live the sun's
Oh, that's cool.
size. So in the summer that'll be really bright, but not bright enough.
Oh. Very cool.
Tracks the
Cool.
phases of the sun, which is a great little sentence. There you go. Right, Orion, you've noticed this rock is a bit, or this ice is a bit.
Well, the ice is weird. Can I?
Maybe.
Can I?
Maybe. Can I do this?
Oh,
I do this on just like a rough patch of ice.
Technically?
you know what? You're not going to get loads and loads of use of it, so yeah. Fine. Now,
So-
Raj, what does 10 gallons of ice look?
That's a lot of water.
Let me just try and figure this out.
It's like a
I never
few,
noticed
it's
it
like
could destroy fog.
yeah, it destroys fog, which is
It's
cool.
This is pretty cool.
Dude, you can make water as well? Fuck yeah, we're gonna get everyone through this shit.
All right, 10 gallons of ice. I mean, the only pictures they're coming up with of ice cream.
I've got
how
like
much
a
is
10
10
gallon-
gallons of ice cream?
10-gallon bucket is like, it's like a.
I'm gonna say that you can destroy a 5-foot cube of ice, which is crazy because
sure.
you definitely couldn't. But I'm not gonna. You can make a whole cube big enough that you can stick your head through, but not your whole body.
I mean,
Yeah.
technically, it would be a larger surface of water than the traditional spell.
I know, but
That's very weird because of how water defies physics.
yeah, but it still wouldn't be a 5-foot cube of ice.
Yeah.
Which is
You say that, I just googled 10 gallons, 10-gallon buckets, and the size of that thing is almost, well, it's about 3x3.
Let me have a look. Let me have a look.
It's pretty big.
There's no reference of Oh, I kept writing galleon.
It's fairly big.
I need a reference shot next to a guy though. Okay, that's big. It still wouldn't be a 5-foot cube. You can fit.
No.
It's big enough that you can make a hole through a 5-foot cube to the other side that you could stick your arm through, for example, if you had a 5-foot long arm, which you definitely don't.
But yeah, I will destroy the sort of an interesting patch.
Sure, you make a hole through the ice, and you're face to face with a skull.
What? I jump back.
It looks.
I look at Balin and his sort of not so his weak constitution. I'm like, should I tell him?
What'd you see?
Just I'll most gesture him towards me without sort of alerting anyone.
I'll climb up,
Take a look.
look down.
Oh,
Take a look
God,
at the skull.
I can't draw a tiny skull with a mouse.
I use my secret tracing techniques to uncover this.
Yeah, how do you... I'm not going to question how you cleared the ice. Well, I guess that explains what happened to another member of the voyage. Did they bury him? Her?
It's an old.
Is it just the skull on its own, or is it attached to it?
You can see that there's a body that you're standing over.
Oh.
Are there bite marks?
You can't see any bite marks on the skull now. The skull looks like it's been charred as well, like it's been burnt.
Oh, burnt. And frozen at the same time.
Well, maybe not at the same time.
That's my assumption.
If these folk were elven, I actually have no idea what traditional elven funeral rites are.
Neither do they.
No, right. Anything elven escapes me. I'll let's get. I'll motion towards the whole pie to help.
You figure that the block of ice on top could probably be pushed off with a sufficient, manly, powerful push.
Well,
do we start trying to shove it?
Pop shove it.
group shove.
I want to start the pyre with wind, probably.
Sure.
Just to get these bodies out of the way, in case any kind of reanimate ability may...
When the sun sets.
We should make sure that they're dealt with. And yeah, we have the what do you call it, Miss Fernbrand? What did you do?
Oh, I simply recreated the image via a flash of many things.
Well, we have a flash of them, I guess.
A printer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we don't need a body, so
Let's put him to rest, right, Win? I think you would.
I'll say a few words and then in Elvish.
Okay, sure.
To them.
I chime in with an Elvish amen.
Do you speak Elvish as well?
I speak Elvish, yeah.
Cool. Again, that is the language of educated people, even if you
Nice.
didn't pay too much attention.
Yeah. Had to learn it in secondary.
You were forced. Okay, you guys will be able to push this.
And the
thing.
grammar school.
Alright, Ryan, on 3.
Yeah.
I mean, what's your strength, Vin?
The 12.
Oh,
this is
nice.
11.
This is one of the times when I realised I should have put Levolution in earlier.
Oh yeah.
But imagine the rock has been shoved over onto the ground with a crash,
Ka-thunk.
and a whole human skeleton is revealed. I will use the
Human skeleton.
Yes, definitely human from its size. Humanoid skeleton, not an elven skeleton. Elven skeletons would be longer.
We're really finding a lot of dead people today.
Hey guys, development. Found a not an elf.
I'm just gonna use that. They've not got a javelin or even more.
Oh, a javelin! Identify it!
Their clothes seem a little bit better preserved. They have been burnt and then dressed in their clothing.
Oh.
The skeleton has been.
Well, it's deliberate, I guess. I mean, if it was just a fire, well, they would have burnt them in the clothes.
It does seem to be more
Looking
respectful.
around, are they all just in this sort of one spot, or is it sort of everywhere?
What do you mean? Oh, what is there more?
The
Other
skeletons.
skeleton? No,
Yeah.
just the one that you can see. You can't find anything else that would be covering one in the same way either. Like, yeah, all the other rocks are just sort of like splat on the ground. This one is on top as well.
Well, with the luck we've been having, I'll pat it, sort of rummage down, I guess, looking to see if there's anything on it.
Sure.
I mean, we know about burials, I guess, at this literal time that people often do get buried at personal effects.
Yeah.
Sure.
While I'm sort of searching it down. So what was the ring in the end and the
well,
armor?
I mean, considering it's gonna get cold very soon, once you wear this, you will not have to worry about the cold or the depth of the sea, probably as well.
So it's not just nice gold. It's actually magic.
It's highly magical.
As you are distracted touching the skeleton, you reach out and you touch its clothes, and as soon as you touch any part of the clothing, it collapses apart. Like it's held in place and it crumbles at your touch. And even the bones underneath are they're almost like polystyrene in how like airy and like nothing they are.
I guess there's more here as well.
I mean, anyone fancy pan sifting?
You can even hear, like, now it's exposed to the air. You can hear it you can hear it cracking slightly. This has been it was sealed under there, and now it's exposed. It's sort of the moisture in the air is kind of hydrating it, and it's
Immediately,
falling apart as a result. Yeah.
Gone. I feel a bit bad. I feel like we just disturbed the resting place.
Well, bones are bones, rocks are rock. We could put the ice back. I mean, wasn't exactly keeping good company.
Wyn, I know you're not too familiar with elves, but do they need to eat?
As far as you know, yes, they do.
Yeah.
just yes, elves need to.
Yeah, Wyn eats 20 meals a day like the Rock.
No, but he's a half elf.
No,
When's it Widow?
Wyn's full on.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, he's a full-on elf. You can't. It's hard to say.
Oh, I just didn't think there was any elves.
He's spinning to often to gain his.
all the elves.
No, you can't see him.
You can't see it properly.
All the elves that there are very young, as in at least at the youngest they are 50.
Where their mothers and their fathers then?
So there's something had to have sustained them.
They're gone. It's in the spiel, guys. Unless you're asking.
Something had to have sustained the people of this island.
Oh, maybe
There's
you
no
had
food
supplies,
anywhere.
but
Well, maybe
Well,
they ate all the
they
food
lasted a
from the
long
ship.
time.
Yeah, if they're walking around jumping and clawing at us, it might not have been I don't know how this works.
Where did you guys put the journal? You put it on the boat, did you? The thing,
yeah,
the old
yeah,
book.
yeah.
Okay.
Presumably you bound it back up in the animal hide.
I assume
Yeah.
you did, yeah.
You need to take it somewhere and air it out.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I've had my fill of this
Elephants.
particular icy rock.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Just.
If anyone needs me, I'll be tending my shit on the boat.
So yeah, look again, giving everything a once over again. You think you've found everything there is to find.
Okay, then we leave.
You guys all get. How much did I say? I think it was 250 experience.
Whoa, 400. Whoa. I can maths.
Congratulations.
I
Thank
think
you.
it's 410 actually, because we got 160
Oh.
last time.
150.
150.
150 last time.
I must have misheard then. So
Some
400 it
level.
is.
one last thing I do.
Yeah.
The strong ice,
Yes.
I walk around it in a big loop and I count my paces.
Okay.
For the cartographer.
Good man.
Oh,
So
nice.
I have a rough size just to
Oh.
tell them.
With the scout background, is that something
You
I
can
never
help
thought
it
to
all.
do?
No,
Yeah.
yeah. It's something that, like, when you're talking it over, you'll be better at it for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
you're not-
immediately see Yaz start to do it and you're like, I know that, and then Yaz just lets you take over.
It's been a while.
You will level up at the end of a week of downtime. That's how leveling up's going to work. You're
Yeah.
going to have to take downtime to like train to level up. But yeah, it's fine for
Except Wyn, because he's always training, so
well, of
he
course.
just levels up
Well, no,
immediately.
you need a week of not doing too much.
Doing it now.
Doing it right now, guys. I'm already ahead.
Health wise, yeah, I don't mind if you want to take average. I'm
Okay.
I'm
Oh
fine
wow,
with
how
either.
gracious.
Is it roll or take the average?
Well, you can't take both. That'd be crazy.
But sometimes people let you roll, and if it's lower,
Oh,
Oh,
if you roll a 1, you can take the. I'll say that. But only if you roll a 1. If you roll 2, you take it.
statistically, I'm better off taking the average because it's D8 minus 1 otherwise.
Oh
Dude,
god,
I
yes.
fucking had Yubi. I'm taking the average.
Anyhow, we're not there.
Yeah,
Not there yet, no.
You'll level, but
Still level 1 noobs. Come on. You know what happens when you go to sleep.
You're only rookies.
Nice.
Die.
Just as I am, apparently.
yes. Oh yeah, Alska Wellman's only 60-something years old. He's a very young elf.
despite looking like 400.
For some reason, he just is he's an unfortunate that he's
Fella.
incredibly ugly. Looks like an old man already.
There's not much left on this ice cube.
I guess you guys set fire to this pyre that you've made as well.
Yeah.
And you've taken the flag back with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. Before
Wow.
I used shape water to freeze the remains over.
Ah, good man. The remains, as you freeze them over, I'll just describe the clothes he was wearing before. They seem to be of good quality, and they're of a sort of dark red color, but they're very odd. They're not like any. They look. They're big, and they're not like cut to a shape that. They don't look like they're good. They just look like they're made out of expensive stuff. If you know what I mean.
We obviously didn't find anything else on the skeleton.
Corduroy.
No, nothing else.
Cheating.
Denim.
Anything similar to the flag?
It says Levi's on it.
Oh yeah.
Huh?
Was it similar to the flag?
It's a similar color to what the flag would have been. Like the areas of the flag underneath where it's attached to the pole, where the dye still is like remaining, is a similar red, yeah. But it's not the same material. But yeah.
No.
If these travelers come from out west, maybe we can return their flag and their journal to them.
Yeah.
That might be worth something.
Well, we'll know what these folks are about once we translate their journal.
Translating the journal is the key thing. If they sailed these waters, they might know what we're in for. Who knows? We could be wildly off course.
Okay, so you guys.
I wouldn't exactly put much faith in their ability at navigation.
You guys make you guys set off, and you make your way back, leaving the flames gathering up, burning the remains. Probably going to make a little hole in the island, but
That's fine.
that's fine. It's not like it was there.
Alright,
Yeah, exactly.
as we're on the way back, I guess just to get out of the way. Alright, so we found this. Look at the breastplate. And we found this prayer thing. The
I
ring.
found that.
Yeah, well, I mean, you couldn't have found it if we did no help to find it, but I told you what these things do. So what do we do? Let's first talk about this. It's a mithril breastplate. Very ancient. Very, very rare.
It will
Yeah,
also.
of course it's mithril.
It will need to be fitted to anyone who wants to wear it.
Does it? Isn't it magic?
Yeah. It needs to be fitted because it's a piece of armor that is not just like leather armor.
It's considered magic, but it is not an actual magic.
I don't mean attuned. I mean fitted, as in like you'll have to take it to an armorer who will have to like make sure it works on your body because not
Okay.
all want. Yeah, it's a thing for plates.
I don't like using
Wait,
technical terms for this, but I'll just say it. Who uses medium armor?
I do not. I mean, I can, but I'm wearing heavy.
I do.
My titanium armor's good enough for me.
I do wear medium armor, but I wouldn't benefit from it at all.
I do wear medium armor. I already got this.
I would go from disadvantage on stealth to straight.
That's
a benefit.
Yeah.
my AC goes from 16 to 18.
Oh wow, right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Isn't breastplate 14?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah.
14
Actually,
plus dex.
oh wait, never mind. I'm used to having always a dex bonus.
You don't get a dex bonus.
Yeah,
from
it's
medium armor.
it's no,
You
it's
do,
a plus
just
2.
cats are plus 2.
Yeah, cats are plus 2.
You've got no dex, so
That's
do
the
you?
thing. I have -2 dex, so I don't get a
Oh.
bonus from it. So
Yeah.
my AC would be unchanged, but my stealth would go from disadvantage to advantage, and your one would go from what?
Same. You guys are in the same boat, both of you.
Oh,
Hmm.
well.
No, I would still be straight because of I don't have
Yeah.
He doesn't have proficiency.
I'm not proficient.
Jesus. Well,
And the flying trick that Yaz did, that how did you do that?
yeah, I don't think it was the creature. That was really weird.
Wait, no one know. You don't know? I thought that was something you did.
No, I can't do things like that.
Do like what? Sorry.
When he floated
When
in
he,
the air?
I
flew
thought,
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was Miss
What was
Fernbrand.
that?
like a witch.
I don't know.
I hold out the pearl of power again to Yas.
Was he covered in smoke at the time?
Holding
What was
no, holding up the pearl towards Yazralak, the pearl glows quite brightly in a sort of
Whoa.
cyan color.
I think you do.
I
Oh.
reach out and take the pearl.
Yeah.
Yes, your secrets keep coming out.
I don't.
Man of mystery.
He is an
don't know.
interesting,
Do
an
you-
interesting character for sure.
Do you want to hold on to it for now? Maybe you gonna find more out about yourself.
Holding on to the pearl, you do feel a sense of. You feel more connected to whatever that happened. You can. The feeling is like a. It's not similar, but it's the feeling of magic that you hadn't really felt before, and now are coming to understand what it is more.
Looking down at the pearl glowing in my hands and seeing basically the look of destiny. You know, just being told that you may have a future.
Yeah.
Yez would grip around the pearl, and yeah, I'll think about it.
Okay.
That was strange.
Thank
you.
Of course. I needed sometimes for experiments, but for now I say hold on to it. Maybe you can find out more about you gust wind stuff.
Anyone else
Anytime
got
you need
any?
it, Miss Fernbrand.
Well, I guess I'll hold on to the armor for now, but I think it's really valuable. I wouldn't mind not being clattering all over the place, but maybe we can also just, sell it wherever we go.
Yeah, I'd only get the I'd lose disadvantage on stealth. That's the thing I'd get from it. So I'd keep the same AC.
Yeah, so
That
in a
was
similar
still-
boat.
It would still be valuable, which is
Yeah.
yeah, it's still good when we're.
I mean,
But
Doesn't need maintenance in the same.
that's true. But the idea of
That's-
selling it is also not bad.
You can also wear it under clothing.
Yeah.
that's also good.
The thing is, it's hidden and extremely light.
It's
That's
true.
Yeah.
the thing for it.
Regardless, we still have this. So with this ring, no one's gonna get cold. I feel like this could be.
One person will get gold. But yes.
I feel like with this, if anyone's definitely at the risk of frostbite on the trip, if they wear this for a while, they'll probably not suffer from it.
We could give it to the Count.
Looking closer at the ring as well, you do see there's something on the band on the inside.
Oh, what is it? What is it?
One ring to rule them.
It's not a word. It's a little like not like a maker's mark. There's a little symbol on the inside. It sort of looks kind of influenced by Elvish writing, but the people who read Elvish don't recognize what it is.
Right. Well, I think this item is very valuable, and I wouldn't mind giving it to the Count, but I understand that, this is kind of treasure, and we fought for it and all these things. So maybe we let him hold on to it for a while to get through the winter, and when that's done, we roll the dice. I mean, I already got the Pearl of Power, I guess, so I don't really need it.
We're going further north, so
It depends of what ails him is the cold. He seemed pretty well stocked in there. I think there's more physical failings.
How are you doing in the cold wind?
Oh yeah.
I'm always active, so
He's always
Just keep his
You're
blood
dying
away.
very quickly in the cold.
What about you, Ryan? How's it in the water? Do you get cold quickly?
Right. Here's the thing. We've all been talking about this cold thing. I'm not entirely sure what you mean.
Shivering.
opposite of hot.
He's blue.
He's inherently resistant, isn't he?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Oh, is he actually resistant? Cool.
I resist cold.
Hey, if you wear it, does that make you -3 and resistant?
Yeah, I would.
Double
Technically,
resistance.
If we're going, I mean,
I don't
If he
think so.
doesn't attune.
That's
Yeah,
true,
yeah.
technically, yeah.
Oh, game
I
break.
hadn't
I'll
considered
break
that.
this.
Hey, luckily nothing on Earth fucking does frost damage.
Yeah, there's like 2 frost damage spells in the whole game. So.
Exactly. So, screw you guys. No,
White dragons.
White dragons, yeah. Oh, look right behind you. Okay.
Anyone else got any fantastical powers they want to share? Because I'm feeling like I'm the only regular Joe here.
You can squirt blood out pretty good.
You're quite good at bleeding.
I don't really know what you mean with regular Joe. I've seen you in combat twice, and you've taken off heads twice.
Do you seem quite proficient with that instrument?
What can I say? I'm a good shot.
You're wavering around just constantly left and right as well.
Well,
just swinging it.
If the count is needed and no one is currently dying, Kalidas, Balin, does one of you want to hold onto this? And I show him the ring.
I'll keep a hold of it if you want.
You guys,
keep it safe.
at this point, you're probably getting towards the boat, and the captain.
I resisted.
There's a small crowd of sailors and people at the.
Oh yeah, we got to tell them what happened.
The deck.
Yeah.
All that stuff we did.
And at this point, they've seen the smoke rising from the island. What happened? What did you find?
Unholy creatures. They look like this.
No,
I show him the photo.
I try and stop Miss Fernbrand saying, it's one of those ones we should probably discuss in private.
Aye. Yeah, come on board.
Right.
There's a lot of people here.
Alright, you sea dogs, get back to work.
Look at their innocent eyes.
Swap the deck.
We live in the shade, so they may live in the light.
Exactly. Look at their dough-shaped innocent eyes. If you start telling them there's ghouls.
Was there butterflies on the island?
Yes, Timmy. Lots of butterflies. And we burned them.
I love butterflies.
Okay.
This fire just to like enunciate it.
We should go discuss this with the Count. He's up because this is a few days later. He's up and he seems fairly stable today, so we should go over with him today. So you guys will go back past Oscar Welbert, yes, and Crisp, back to the Count's office, where he's working, and he seems to be fairly okay today. He's coughing. The nurse isn't here right now. He's just working. He's reading something in his office. Hello everyone. I gather you went on a little rescue mission.
I think we were quite too late on that one.
Maybe a few hundred years too late.
They look like this.
That's a very scary drawing.
Dies of shock.
Whatever happens to that crew, they bear no resemblance to what you consider a cultured creature.
Yeah.
They were attacked as soon as we landed.
Yeah, counted.
They were screaming about food.
4 gaunt elven things.
Food. Elven.
And a buried humanoid, possibly human.
Was there any...
Oh, well, there's the flag that they was on the ship that was crashed.
You show him.
It was an old wreck, Count, nothing recent. Dragged up from. Well, they made some crude marks on the inside. It could have been hundreds of years.
The captain says, "What kind of ship? Any of you? Orion, you're a sully sea dog, aren't you?" you know.
I do often refer to Orion as
sort of sully dog. Have you any idea of the make of the ship? Maybe its build, how old it is, what style? Rush, you want to make a history check or something?
Yeah, sure. I'll look at that.
Do you want advice, mate?
No, roll advice, you fucking loser. Sorry, I apologise.
Your actual character shines through there.
My best history.
You're gonna give it your everything you know about boats. It didn't look like boats what you've seen around Galway.
I mean, what, two decks?
It wasn't large.
Well, we
there
found
are other small boats.
We found a log as well.
Fall apart.
A boat this far out to sea, and not a small boat this far out to sea.
barely
Seem-
like
seems-
There's a boat.
There's no way a boat of that size could make it out this far from land without, I don't know, must have been part of a fleet or something.
Maybe
Or
there's
there's
land
more
close
land
by?
closer.
We bought the flagpole back. Is they familiar with the wood? Because
the
different
pole's
continents would have different woods.
Sure. So the flagpole appears to actually be heavily lacquered and lined to keep it strong, as it is soaked with tar and stuff. The wood seems to be nothing out of the ordinary, but the flag itself is unusual. We don't have the style of long. I can't remember the name of long triangular flags, but they don't have. It doesn't have those. We use these sort of rectangular ones. So this is quite old.
Is it an ensign?
It's a banner flag.
Maybe it'll be something. In fact, this doesn't even seem like it's really a flag for use at sea. Not by any modern standards, anyway.
Do you think they made it after crash?
Could be. We might have to cross-reference this. And I see. There's a very faint markings. Maybe someone.
There's something there. We lack the skills to restore it, but maybe someone.
Take it. There's many skilled folk aboard. We'll take it to maybe one of the weavers or something. They might have to figure something out. And then we can cross-reference it against any historical flags used. But I'm not sure.
Well, we might have a bigger clue.
Oh yeah.
You've got any linguists or calligraphers?
I have made some study of languages over the past. What have you found? Some writings?
Who's got the journal?
One of you's got it. You get it out there.
And the ring as well. The back
We
of the
found
ring.
these together.
Okay. So you
Pretty
get
much the only remaining provisions they had.
The journal out and take it out, and the count has a little monocle thing he puts in one eye, and he very carefully unbinds it. He seems to be a lot familiar in handling ancient, delicate text. This is he's treating it very carefully, and he turns open he looks at the covers. There's a lot of damage here. It's there's some elven script on the front, but again it is far too damaged to read. Maybe the inside. So he turns the first page and he says, this first section, there's a name here and something's been crossed out. He spends a little time looking over it, and he gets out a little what looks to be like a phrasebook dictionary kind of thing of ancient Elvish, not just regular Elvish. This appears to have been the journal of someone called Findlin Shannondel, and the thing that's crossed out, counsel to the something of, I reckon it, Tirnas Arwid. That's the kingdom that we are headed towards.
Oh.
He begins to turn some of the other pages. These seem mostly ruined, but there are a few bits and pieces throughout. We'll have to spend time going through the whole thing and translating what we can. If anyone is proficient in my Elvish isn't bad, but it could be better, and I would appreciate any help with it that I can.
If only I knew any elves.
No. I can defer some time to assist you.
I sure as hell have got nothing else to do. I'll help with what I can.
It may take a number of days to sift. I mean, we have to take the utmost care not to damage the pages. But I'll definitely send for you when I identified areas that can be translated.
Hey, Miss Fernbrand, how did you make that? Whatever the parchment thing. Could you do that to this?
I can do it for one image, one page. and it only lasts for like a day or so.
Would it not just copy the same image as well, and not like fill it in? So
Yeah, no, it wouldn't like make the.
It would save us handling the book too much, but
I see.
He takes a look at the image again.
What about your
again? He says the
book
name
friend?
out loud. Fendelin, Shannon. It's familiar. Something in my mind. It'll come to me later, I'm sure. Anyway, you should get yourself some food and some rest. I'm quite. You look particularly, sir. To Bale. You
look like shit.
Please.
I mean, right now I'm on 6 out of 7. So.
Well, I mean,
I think it's more like you have been in and out of Brink.
You have nearly died twice.
Yeah.
And
The
rest
graph of your hit points is not like
yeah. You can smell it on me.
See it in your eyes.
Yes.
Do you recognise some kind of marking on the inside of that ring we found, which I think we're agreed you're welcome to as well?
He looks at the ring, and he stops, like completely still.
Oh wow!
And he looks again at the name of the first page, and he says, "We must not jump to conclusions. I will hold on to this if that is okay for now. I fear I may have some inkling of who this man was." And he looks again at the image.
Yeah.
But I do not want to jump to conclusions. We will translate this and pray that I am wrong. So, you guys are you're gonna continue on your journey. It's gonna in the time that between now and whatever happens next, you will have time to translate this. So,
yeah, I mean,
I'll probably give because I want to be able to mull over. There's a couple of things. Looking through it in the coming weeks, people who can speak Elvish and anyone who can basically turn a page in a book and hold things for him and help the man can come by and help them out. And eventually, actually, I'll just edit it so it's all copy so it's all. You have. Well, I'll reveal them as they come up. Actually, so the first thing that is the first translated scrap of a journal is. It's almost completely illegible, but it says that the only words that you can see are treacherous tyrant, and then a break, and then consumed, and then nothing else from the earliest entry is translatable. Then, the next bit that you translate. Again, there are no dates, irritatingly, on any of these. The next bit from the next section that is readable, again, another very short sentence. The dog is upon us. Break. Dog capitalized, this is. Flee east. And then illegible. And then a name. Our Widfriend will meet us. And then illegible.
From the way Ancient Elven is structured at all, do we know
Sure.
if that will be a person name or a place name? Or
It is not an Elvish name.
okay. So it's just
similar.
proper noun.
Yeah, but it is used.
Do we know what the Elvish word for Triton is?
No, you do not. Then the next line. As the pages go by, they are slightly in better condition. It seems that the book has been submerged in water at some point and then dragged out, so the pages on the outside are worse off than the ones on the inside, and also the earlier entries are presumably older as well. The next that you get is, we have sealed the index, again capitalized the capitalized I index, well, equivalent of capitalization, and then break. I begged our Widfriend to, and then illegible. His duty keeps him illegible. We set sail after illegible. Then, there's a couple. The next few pages are completely destroyed. In fact, they have been torn out. The next bit, there's a lot more that can be read here, and it seems to have been written after the water damage, so it has been preserved slightly better. Storm has wrecked us on an iceberg. Illegible. No idea. Illegible. Rest of the fleet. Illegible. Four survivors. No, sorry. 5 survivors. I should read that. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. How many of them were there? No, there's 4. Yeah, 4. 4 survivors, not including him. 4 survivors, 1 human, and 2 others of my kind. That should be 3.
2 others.
Our one provides, we will survive with, illegible. I only hope that my sister and the rest of the refugees, illegible. If no one finds us, illegible. At this point in the work of the translation, the Count has made a decision about the ring. He probably would have you all gathered to let you know what's up. There is no doubt in my mind that this elf, this man, this Findolin was the brother of my wife.
Oh.
This must have been part of the original refugees.
How long ago were the refugees?
500 years.
500 years ago.
Okay.
She departed 50 years ago, shortly after the birth of my daughter, our daughter, who was named for her brother, Fadolin. I would... I feel she should have this ring. It is the last of her family, and if you would, I would not want to take, obviously, whatever prize you have fought and risked your lives for, but if you would allow me this thing.
I mean, it's not up to me, but
I mean, what's the rules in succession there? It's hers. You're married. It's yours, I guess.
Well, if I cannot. If one of you could be so good as to bring it to her, I cannot face her in my current state. Please. And he holds out the ring, offering it to whoever will take it to his daughter for him.
How about you and an elf? Maybe that's better?
I'll take the ring to his daughter.
Is she on the boat?
I think Orion should take it.
Alright.
I'll take it.
Okay.
You do it then.
Thank you. Thank you, young man. Please, spare her any of the worst details. Uncle, I suppose it cannot... She's sheltered somewhat. I'm sure she wouldn't want to hear any of it. And that's the only translation he does for that day.
Sure.
I guess Raj will... You'll bring her the ring at some point. Maybe we'll do that after the rest of the we're currently doing that.
That was an iceberg, right?
Yars.
Do we
was only
know
four, wasn't it?
icebergs move?
I mean, you wouldn't.
Yeah, but does Captain Black Sheep know that icebergs move? Because it's like it doesn't seem like this is exactly a shipping route.
He probably would know, but it's hard to... He would also know that it's hard to say how much or where it's moved, or if it even goes around in a sort of route.
Yeah. Because it may have been that these people were like they could have been a lot further north and maybe drifted it south, and we just got lucky.
Yeah. Well, I'll do the rest of the journal, and then
Yeah.
we can do that thing. Okay. So following days.
I'll say after that first day, I will literally go tell all the dragon there's fucking zombies.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Well, there's a lot to sort of. I'm trying to make sure we can get to a.
Sure.
Sure.
We can do some
translate,
minor
mate.
RP stuff. So yeah, the next bit is much later. It's much newer. Well, it's newer. It seems that probably years had passed between these newest entries, which reads: Nald died. Illegible. Age came upon him. I will miss his cheer. Illegible. Ink has run low. Hoped not to need to ration it for so long. Then there is a big gap. The newest 2 entries appear to be written pretty soon to each other and in a much fresher ink, which appears to have been blood as opposed to actual ink.
Oh. Is it black blood like what we saw them, or red?
Red.
Okay.
I'll just put them both in there now. The calling is upon us, but we cannot. Illegible. Trapped. Illegible. Ironic. Illegible. Forced to follow the tyrant's foot. Illegible. Hope the lion made it, if he yet lives. The lion, of course, capitalized. And the most recent journal. The food I conjure no longer satisfies. The water leaves us thirstier. Every breath of wind stings like a lash. No peace, no rest, no escape. Not even in death. His voice grows louder. The others have already succumbed, and I will follow.
This is all penned by the same hand, yeah?
Yes.
God, how terrifying.
Jesus. Or insert other god's name there.
Yeah.
Whichever you want to follow. So that is the full translation of what is left of the legible journal. Again, there, especially in the earlier parts, the majority of what is written is early on, but is completely illegible.
Those things we fought. That's what they became.
Yeah.
What a horrible fate.
What makes you die like that?
The tragedy of the elves.
Well, is that what befalls all elves if they fail to meet the calling?
Oh,
It's like,
I've never heard of it.
thought.
it's like something holds their souls in sway. It's red. It's red like something demands their return, which is kind of what we're doing.
Alright, I can forgive being abandoned a bit more now, but wow.
You doing some mental arithmetic you guys would know about. These guys were probably on. If they were part of this original fleet, they would have left and crashed there sometime 500 years ago, and only became those creatures around 50 years ago.
Yeah.
500 years on an icy rock in the middle of it.
Yes, but with company.
They really kept hope.
What are we heading towards, Count?
It's even in my most private moments with my wife, she never spoke of tearing us our will. There was a war so terrible there that thousands of their citizens went to sea with inadequate supplies and with no destination in mind. I had hoped that, we all hoped that in the half a millennium, that things maybe have gotten better, but our provisions now force our hand. We must make land there and then judge when we arrive. But from what I've heard, all the original refugees who came from there, the long-lived races, the dwarves, the elves, they all refused to speak of it in detail, just that they were running from something. Well,
Now we're running back.
We have to make plans to gather supplies at least. We cannot risk drifting at sea with no provisions. Well, we should arrive there soon if the new path is to be trusted, and I have no doubt that it is. And you will have a part, of course, in helping us, I hope. It pains me to put you in the situation. I do not know what else I can do now.
Well, I guess that's that. We sail on and we find out exactly what's waiting for us.
It doesn't change our mission.
No.
It doesn't change our parameters at all.
In terms of Orion,
These notes are still very old. We don't know whether it's still the same way there.
Yeah.
But it's, what,
A lot can change in
half a
500 years.
generation? Not even.
well, yeah, and you've made note of what it said in the journal, like he's copied it down.
We may find more of these wrecks. These routes aren't travelled, and the evacuation was so hasty.
If we see more of these wrecks, you can't get any of the civilian ships near them.
Well, yes.
But there might be more journals, more writings. Get a better view of other refugee craft.
More relics as well.
Orion, could you make a history check, please? I'll give you something,
Sure.
but I just want to see how much. It's in the week, so you can do. This has probably been around the storm point. Yeah. Okay. So you, as a Triton, have been told by your parents back when you were very young, the reason why your people were in Gavel was because they assisted the refugee fleet in the midst of a great storm on their passage. They guided them from them floating listlessly in the ocean to what then became their new home. So that lines up with what is in the journal about them crashing.
Let's see.
So
They
it was
didn't
during
travel
the
with
bad
any.
time.
They didn't travel with any trains.
Well, these ones they got separated. In terms of, do you want to give in the ring back right now?
No, we will leave that for a later time.
Sure. Yeah, because it's now midnight. Yeah, so basically a week, or no, 5 days will pass before anything more happens. You reach the point of the detour's apex, and you are now making your way back southwest.
Oh, it's my birthday.
Oh yeah, your birthday happens during...
Oh yeah, my birthday happens as well.
It's both of your birthdays. What do you do to celebrate? Do you celebrate? Do you even pay attention? Do you care? You're a year older.
Yeah,
Mark it down your character sheet.
I would love to celebrate my birthday. Also, amazingly, I'd celebrate it by learning to action surge.
Heck yeah.
Sure.
I mean, since we're leveling up in that time, I can do something for that time. Let me just quickly look up.
Which day is your birthday? So mine's literally the first of the month.
Mine was the 20th of
Mathen went.
327. So it's actually I got it wrong. It's the first of Henleth.
Yeah. My made-up fantasy months.
During the week,
I wanted to do a thing before.
yeah, I do too.
Okay.
During the week, Yaz would be with the Pearl Power, not wearing his armor. He would have it in his ringed hand, and he would slowly focus, and the pearl would slowly float in his hand.
Again, you hear faintest of whispers on the wind, not being able to pick out words, but you feel encouraged by what you've been discovering, not less because it's something that you can do, but it's you feel like you're satisfying something.
Yeah, it feels more like I belong,
Yeah.
and I would keep pushing it,
Sure.
and I would in the week try and feel out exactly what this is.
Sure. Yeah. Well, we can figure some of that out next time.
Seeing Yas like use the pearl and focus on it, the servant would approach him. Actually, that's the thing I wanted to do. She would just kind of start speaking when he does this thing. I'm not quite comfortable yet, honestly, but I understand that we are in a precarious situation. We don't really know what's ahead, so I'd gladly give you my expertise in finding out what this new talent of yours may hold. Understanding it better, maybe, if you want.
Thank you. Me and my family don't deserve this kindness.
Everyone deserves kindness.
Thanks. He kind of floats it, and he turns his hand over, and it kind of stays floating in the same place. Thanks.
So Fernbrand would essentially cast Detect Magic with the help of the Pearl of Power and her magic reference sheet.
Sure.
To kind of maybe help him figure out.
Sure, yeah.
What he
See
can do.
when what he's doing is making a difference.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm happy for that. That makes sense. That's cool. That's good. Yeah, there's not been. We will. The beginning of next session will be a
Birthday party.
Yeah. But what we'll do, we'll figure out all the any more RPing that needs to be done for, and then something will happen as per.
Yep.
Cool. And I guess I should write down the things that I need to make.
So it's whose birthday is it? It's Orion's and.
But there's 2 birthdays in this week. It's
And
very
Balin.
exciting.
Balin and Orion.
But if you guys want to do your level ups now or later, I don't mind.
Yeah.
It won't affect what happens in the
Do you-
role playing, I shouldn't think.
I have a question to you two. Do you prefer beer or wine?
Oh yeah, what do you count? Yeah, what do you count it as into?
Beer.
Oh, I've been muted.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Give us the abridged. What was the best things he said?
Not a lot, if I'm honest.
Yeah,
Did you rap or anything? Did you sing anything?
What do you prefer, Balin? Wine or beer as well, like Orion?
What would be drunk more in Ors? It's probably going to be wine, isn't it?
Wine,
French.
definitely. Communion wine equivalent. That's what you're used to.
Oh, in which case, definitely not that.
Yeah.
Is your birthday, do you have the same day or was it like close together?
When are you birthday? I think they are separate, but they are within the next.
Mine is day 327, so the 1st of Henlet.
Okay. I had some ideas and I may have a surprise. Alright,
Nice.
we'll keep that for
Do you
next
need-
session.
Do you need the pearl back for that?
She did say she would sometimes need it for experimentation and then give it back to you when she's done.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
What date did I say it was? It's the 19th.
But you have it now. But
Oh,
you
so maybe
can.
it's
But
not
you
mine
can
yet.
put it in your inventory, Jess.
18th is when you did the fighting,
Also, it's not quite time yet.
and then it'll be the 23rd. Remember, weeks weird lines.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Should I end
So
the
it's not my
scene here?
birthday yet, then.
Oh, it's not.
Oh, isn't it? It'll be your
No.
birthday short. It'll be your birthday.
Yeah.
Play your birthday. How exciting!
Still Orion's.
Everyone's gonna fucking.
Yeah,
lose.
Orion's passes in
Anyone
the week.
want to roll
I
help
love
right
that
now?
one.
Well,
Anyone be a cool kid?
I'm just going to take average.
dude,
I didn't say,
you
I didn't
allowed
say
it.
that
What
I
do you
wouldn't
want?
make being a big cowardly look. Hey Raj, what does it say about your flaw? Big coward?
Big coward.
What does it say? in your character flaw?
My flaw is if when someone questions my courage, I never back down.
Are you a chicken, McFly?
No, he calls me chicken.
Oh boy.
McFly.
Group pressure.
If I roll, I know it's going to go badly.
I'm
If I've got a -1 to con, there's no way it can go well.
I ain't fucking rolling. Yubi's fucking.
Dude, your con is so shit. I don't know whether you can gamble that.
No, I can't. I'm going to take the average.
I would like
At
to roll,
least
but I also don't want to roll a 2, so...
I'm a calculated person, so I'll naturally take the average with Miss Fernbrand. That makes complete sense to me.
I'm taking the average. I just want to see what the roll was.
Okay, sure.
Oh,
It's slightly
I mean,
more than average. It's
that's probably one. That's the best, really, I could get.
Yeah, well, you're not having it.
No, no. I'm getting a 5. Is it average and then add the con, or is it just straight?
It's average or con. Yeah.
So it's 4 you've got.
So it's 4, yeah.
It's average
Gotta
plus.
fucking live with it.
Yarr.
Anyway,
And remember,
I'll end the
taking
recording
average
here.
is
Blah blah.
Taking average
Good
is
job.
actually average plus 1 if your hit die is a round number.